Hey, resellers! We are so excited that you guys are here. I realized something the other day. I was watching someone's live and I was like, you know what? I don't have a trailer in my live. So when I immediately go live and then start introducing the guest, and then YouTube is just now telling you that I went live, there needs to be a little bit of a lull. So Adam's going to sing a song for us, right? No?
Okay. Do you want people to stick around, or are we trying to get as many people out of this room as we can? Because I can do that.
I'm kidding.
That's funny.
So I am joined tonight, guys, by some friends of mine. I'm going to call you guys collectively Pittsburgh Picker, if that's okay.
Sure.
Because you both are so much this channel. So this is Pittsburgh Picker Adam and his fiance Sarah, also known as Craig's mom. And she's the Daily Cabbage Patch is the Instagram handle, right, for you, Sarah?
The Daily Cabbage.
The Daily Cabbage, okay.
Yeah, the.daily.cabbage. Yeah.
Nice. So you guys have to check them out on all of their socials. And now over Adam, over on Instagram, you're not Pittsburgh Picker, you are
DeBurgh Picker. Unfortunately, Pittsburgh Picker was taken, so it's DABURGH Picker. So
gotcha. Yeah, the very first time I tried to find you on Instagram, I was like, that's not right. And I just could not find you. So we want to make sure and point people in the right direction there. But you guys, I am so excited that you're on here. I think y'all's channel was one of, I mean, I'd maybe been on a few lives, but not a ton of them when you guys invited me onto your live. And I had so much fun over there. So it's been kind of a long time coming that you are over here on my channel.
Yeah, that was a fun day.
I know, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Let's say hi to everybody. What's that?
We were super nervous when you came on because I think you were one of the first like bigger channels we had on, and I'm like, this could be terrible.
I've been in a few people's lives that I was like really nervous. Like when I was on a Primetime Treasure Hunter the other day for the battle. I was so nervous, you guys. I felt like there was so much on the line because I didn't know a lot of the people that were going to be voting. I didn't know if they knew me, and I was so nervous.
That's the most nerve-wracking part of it is when you're going on and you're like I don't get nervous until like right before the live. Like I'm fine and I'm really comfortable and everything, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh man, what if I'm terrible?
This could be bad. I hope they like me. You don't know how many times before I go on a live, I tell my husband, I hope they like me. And he's like, of course they're going to like you. Like,
right.
We'll see what happens. Lisa is here. Hello. She said, good evening. Thank God it's Friday. She loves this Friday night live. So we're glad to have you here, Lisa. Renee Gall. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Hello. Happy Friday. Hell's Canyon Hustle is here. Brett is here, loving Rachel's channel. Thank you so much, Brett. That means a lot to me. I'm really trying hard to grow the channel. I'm pushing you guys for 5,000 by the end of the year. And I told my husband, I was like, I've never sprinted so hard towards something in my life. If it doesn't happen, it is not going to be because I didn't give it 1,000%, because I'm really trying.
Yeah, we did the same with 1,000.
Oh my gosh!
When it happened, we were both like,
I know. I feel like that. And I feel like it's been that way every 1,000. I told my husband, I was like, after 5K, like, I'm just going to breathe and let whatever happens happen. Right. But like, that has just been such a milestone. And it was important to me to hit it by the end of the year. And guys, we'll see. Like, I'm doing everything I can.
Yeah, me too.
Where are you at? I didn't even look.
Like 40, 45, 75, I think.
You could do it.
Yeah, I think you can.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have 400 friends that you could send over, that'd be cool.
I don't. I have 4.
Well, if they all have 100 people they know of, that would be amazing. If any of you 25 people in the chat right now are not subscribed, you'll just make my whole face light up.
If you're in this live and not subscribed, I mean, come on, what are you doing? Just subscribe.
What are you doing with your life, right? Boldly Crow Pickers is here, and Southern Yankee Flipper. Look at this Drew Strickland guy. He's always following me around on YouTube.
That's funny.
Do you know this guy? Is he related?
He's running. So I feel like we could be good friends.
Yeah. Jimmy.
Speaking of a runner, Jimmy used to run, and I always want to get in a conversation with him about why he doesn't run anymore. So maybe Jimmy will tell us why he doesn't run anymore. Tell us. Are you guys wearing he said he likes your shirts. You have
this was a present from Jimmy.
Mine is not. Mine's in the wash. I wore mine out the other day. So,
but it matches Adam's shirt.
Yes,
right.
it kind of does.
awesome. What
Yeah,
a
Jimmy-
cool present.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then I'm reaching out to the lady because I love these. They're like the bleach tie-dye thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is our channel. Like, this just looks like something that would. So I've been dragging my feet. People have been asking, and they're like, hey, you should get shirts. We'll buy them, things like that. And I'm like, okay. And then I've been dragging my feet, and then he sent me this, and I'm like, I got to do it now. So
That's awesome. Yeah. So they won't be one of a kind. They'll be merch. That's cool. That's
they
something I'll
actually
remember
all
too.
are one of a kind because she makes these
Right.
by hand. So they'll,
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's gonna be
that's
cool.
really awesome. Gianna is here. Gold Tops Rock is here from Northwest Arkansas. Okay,
Nice.
you're semi close to me. You're
Mhm.
probably closer to like the Branson area, but Northeast Arkansas would be closer to me. Abel's Treasures. Hello. Hope everyone's doing great. We're doing better than we deserve.
That's
My
right.
parents are here, you guys. Hi, Mom and
Aw.
Dad.
It's awesome. Sarah's mom always comes by
Yeah,
ours and
my mom
leaves,
always comes.
leaves
Oh
one
my gosh,
comment.
my parents they're always in my chat. They love me so much. They put me up on their big screen and watch together.
Oh, that's even
Melanie is here. Hello, Melanie and Angelo and Bartermania. Let's see.
What's
Ed
up?
the reselling writer is here.
Hey, Ed.
And they're happy to see you
What's
guys.
happening?
Trevor is here. Christy Smith, S. Joe Crafts. Am I saying that right?
That'd
Little
be my
Miss
guess,
Q is
too.
here, guys. Hello,
Hi,
Little Miss
Little Miss
Q. Let's see. Gibby's Girls is here as well. Nikki and Gary are here. I am super excited to see all you guys. I don't think that I skipped anybody. Oh, there's Petey, the Sierra 6 is here.
Petey. I love some. These names are awesome. I love.
Yep.
Yeah. She has a really cool reason behind her name. She's a military wife, and
Okay.
so the Sierra 6 is like her military wife name.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was hoping that Jimmy would jump in there somewhere and tell me why he doesn't run anymore, but maybe he's typing out like a long narrative that he wants me
I
to
know
read
he's-
to the public.
I know he's
He told
watching.
me, and I don't remember why. I'm sorry, Jimmy.
He's only told me that he used to, but he doesn't anymore, and he looks like a runner for sure. The eclectic element is here as well. I thought I came in late, but I'm excited. I'm right on time. Can't wait to
Nice.
chat with everyone. You are right on time. Nick Rowe is right on time. The Southern Yankee flipper. You're a Southerner and
Wow.
a Yankee. Were you a snowbird?
And he sold a hockey jersey, which is awesome.
Yeah, for $150. That's pretty
Okay.
awesome.
Yeah.
Annie's here. Hello, Annie. NC Picker is here. Love the
Hey, Dave.
thumbnail.
Yeah,
must
I
have-
love the thumbnail
Yeah.
too. It was adorable.
If we could frame that thumbnail, we would.
We
They get
probably
sloppier.
can.
Like they literally get sloppier every week. Like with y'all's, I still had some of the blue from around with the picture I stole of you, and so I literally took the black and just like marked out around your faces. I was like, I can't give Sarah a beard. This is not coming out right.
So I woke up this morning and I was like, "You're a cowboy," and she's like, "Oh, did Rachel put up the thumbnail?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I love it." And she's like, "That's
Love
awesome."
it. I get to be Clint Eastwood every week, though. Hell's
Yeah, you have
Kitty Hustles. Anyone old enough to remember Romper Room? This reminds me of it. I see Nick. I see Drew. And I
remember
see
Romper
you,
Room.
Rosie.
Hey, Rosie.
How old are you, Sarah?
Rosie.
I feel like you're younger than
Me?
me for sure. Yeah.
I'm 41.
What?
Yeah.
So my
My mind is blown right now. I thought for sure
Thank
you were
you.
younger than me.
Aw. Yeah, people always say that I look young.
You do. You look like
I think
a
it's because I
child,
have like
Sarah.
a chubby face. I think that's why.
It's just your youthful, fun attitude.
Thank
That's
you.
right.
Adam, I assumed we were probably about the same age and that you had a younger, almost to soon to be bride here. So how old are you then, Adam? I'm putting you
I
guys
actually
on the
have-
spot.
I'm 41, and I actually have an older bride. She's
Yeah.
actually
Wow.
older.
I'm gonna be
she-
42 in like a month, 2 months.
Yeah. And I'll be
I
42
thought-
in November.
No way. I was like, well, Adam's probably about my age, and Sarah's like, I don't know, 3 or 4 years behind us.
We're big
No.
children though, so that's probably why.
Yeah.
Nick said it's the hair.
Yeah.
Thanks.
S. Joe Craft said, yes, you said it right. S is for Samantha and Joe, my middle name. Started a YouTube hoping to do craft videos, but reselling sort of got in the way. I'm not mad. I'm not mad about it either. Put out some
That's the way
content
it
and we'll
happens.
all subscribe.
That's right. That's the way it always. I've talked to so many people. We had Adam Baldy Pal picking on last night, who's amazing by the way. But he had the same thing. He started a channel. It turned into a reselling channel. I think Dave NC Picker, he had a channel that was like mostly video game stuff, and then it turned into a reselling channel. It's just there's so many people that I know that have started a channel out one way and it ended up as a reselling channel. So
I didn't realize that crazy about Baldy Pal. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so last night, guys, there was no way. I told you the appraiser called me at the last minute telling me he would be here within 24 hours. And so we were running around like mad trying to get everything done. And I was like, I cannot believe that I'm missing this interview because like two of my favorite channels. And so I haven't got to watch the replay yet. Did it go really well last night?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Just I mean, there's so many guests that are great on our channel, but most of the people like that I interact with or that we have on the channel, I've talked to either in a chat or I've been, but me and Adam just kind of miss each other all the time. And like every now and again we're in the same chat, but I'm like I've watched his videos before and I'm like, he's so excited about everything. I'm like, we need to have him on. So I sent him a message and I'm like, he's not going to agree to this because he doesn't even know me. And he was like, oh yeah, I got to come on. And I'm like, okay, awesome. And then like, there's always that anxiety right before when you don't know anybody. Like when we had Pete, the Craigslist hunter on, like the same thing, like the anxiety leading up to it. You're like, what if he's kind of a jerk or what if he's not very good?
Yeah.
You don't if you've talk to people
actually talk to somebody and you're like, this is the first like face-to-face conversation we're ever going to have. We're all going live for 2 hours. Let's see how it goes.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, no, he was great. And he's doing, I don't know if you got but he's doing an auction for veterans next week, which I'm going to plug for him because Sarah's father was a veteran. We have veterans all throughout my family. And so next Wednesday, he's doing an auction for the Gary Sinise Foundation on YouTube. So
I'm going to be on there with him.
So, yeah. So we got the message this morning too. Yeah. But
that's gonna be so exciting. I'm with you. Anything for a veteran. Little Miss Q said, didn't even realize you were on, so I just pushed my live until 10:30 so I can be on here longer. Oh, cool. Little Miss Q, remind me when we're done here because we're gonna be wrapping up at 10 o'clock Central, and we'd like to push everyone over to your channel. So remind me, and we'll mention that again. Dark County Picker. Jimmy said, I tore my muscle in the back of my leg by doing back-to-back marathons, so I took 2 years off, going to start back jogging in a few weeks. Yay! I think the perfect reseller meetup would be a race. Like we could have different levels. We could have a 5K. We could have a 1 mile fun run all the way up to a marathon. Wouldn't that be so fun?
Oh yeah, Adam will love that.
Can I watch? No, can I be the guy that hands
relay?
I'll be the guy that hands the water out.
Okay, that's important too. Holding signs, ringing cowbells.
Sarah used to be a runner when I
did.
No.
Yeah. Then I just got lazy. That's my excuse.
Oh my gosh. It's so easy to get out of it. And you're like, why did I stop running? It's so hard to get back into it sometimes. But that's where I'm at right now because we're not training for anything. So I'm like, I need to just get on the treadmill every couple days at least and bust out some miles. It's so warm here. I mean, I'm sure it's still unseasonably warm for you guys, even though it's colder than it is here. And you just like want to be outside and running. Lomas Q said she's doing some giveaways tonight for her 12 days of random acts of kindness. That's so cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
NC Picker said that sounds awful and smelly. Is he talking about the running?
I think so.
Yeah, but his next comment is even funnier. Yes.
Go to Denny's.
Okay. I'm in. I get myself
so funny.
Overestimate your fellow resellers. Guys, my son ran his first 5K when he was 4. I'm thinking you're all more physically fit than a 4-year-old.
I'll be honest with you, Rachel. Whenever I look at my navigation system and I see it's 5 miles away, I'm like, God, it's so far.
You sound like my dad. That's something my dad would say.
We did join a gym though. We did join a gym and we
just haven't gone yet.
Well, it'll still be there whenever you decide you do want to go.
Well, we have to do. I mean, I want to drop a few pounds before the wedding and stuff like that. So we're definitely going to go. It's just, and we've thought of like we were going to take walks up and down the street.
About it.
We thought about it. The gym.
Well, no. So here's the thing with our street. Both ends, like our house is on like a straightaway, and both ends have very blind corners. And there's no sidewalk. So like walking, like we've walked our street before, and every time we get to those bends, we're both like, sir, like, we're gonna die if we go any further.
But as soon as you go around the bend, there are sidewalks.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So if you live past that bend, you're golden.
Yeah.
You just cross your fingers until you get to the sidewalk, guys. I believe in
Hope
you.
we made it.
Do you guys know Boatman?
No,
No.
but that's an awesome
I
name.
was going to ask you why it's repeated. Boatman. Tell us why it's twice.
Yeah. Hi, Boatman.
Little Miss Q said she'll be the cheerleader. She's only running if the house is on fire.
That's right. I would run too.
A napping
Sarah actually,
competition.
I like that idea. I'd win. Sarah actually said something today because I ordered more boxes from the post office, and I always order too much because when it's
You
free.
guys ordered a ton.
Well, we got more today. We got more of the number 4
than what was
boxes.
in front of the car.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh my
So,
gosh. That
she was
a
like-
I was
lot.
so mad. I woke up
Yeah,
this
'cause
morning and I let
You're
the dog
so
out.
neat, Sarah. You don't want a
Mhm.
death pile. You don't want any clutter.
Yeah.
Like, they're not even the shipping boxes.
Yeah, the shipping boxes in the basement, they're like out of control. I sent a picture to Jimmy this morning and I was like, look at this. And he's like, oh my God. He's like, that's a death pile of boxes. I'm like, don't tell anybody. He's like, I won't.
I got these boxes over here, and I got some random boxes over here. You guys are on a swivel table. It's like,
Well, like we ordered the number 4 boxes, the little cubes, because they come in handy for
those are
Poshmark.
fun.
Yeah, and I don't want to use like the padded flat rate stuff because we use those for eBay. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just using these number 4 boxes for shirts and stuff because why not? They're free. But my problem is I get on the site and then I look and it says, pack of 25 max this number, and I just order the max all the time because it's free. And
I can
Sarah
tell by the
shoots
look
me.
on Sarah's face right now how annoyed she is with you for doing that.
I said to he's like, they're free. They're free. I'm like, if poop was free, would you get it?
Probably. Maybe.
If I can make money off of it, sure. Yeah,
Oh
man.
my gosh. Josh F3 is here. Hello. So happy to see you. Andrew says, I love Pittsburgh, but watching from the opposite side of the state in Center City, Philly.
Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks, Andrew.
Are you guys pretty far from Philly?
Yeah.
6 hours ish.
It's like
Yeah.
the complete opposite end.
Philly's closer to New Jersey. Like it's like an hour and a half from the New Jersey border. So yeah, it's complete opposite sides of the state.
YouTube would not take Boatman.
It makes
Okay.
sense.
It's Boatman. And hello,
I mean-
Kim. We're glad that you caught alive. Also, Derek and Jasmine are here. You guys are awesome for
Derek.
being here tonight.
What's happening?
I'm going to scroll to the bottom. Free poop where? I'm going to scroll to the bottom just so we can get caught up before we get into the good, the bad, and the ugly on eBay this week. So, we were talking just before we got on here, like today, in case you guys have had kind of a slow day on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, any of the selling platforms, Facebook Marketplace, I don't know. Just know I had a super slow day. It is kind of the last thing on my mind right now, as is with a lot of people, but like I sold one thing this morning. So my typical is like 7 to 10 items a day usually, and I sold one on eBay today. Do you guys want to talk about how your day was on eBay today?
Yes, sure. It was crap. I mean,
Free poop where?
yeah, free poop. It was free. It was the equivalent of free poop. The best thing that happened today was the free boxes. Well, maybe for me, but no. I mean, it was.
Maybe.
I think this is common though, and I think it's more common now than it was 2 years ago because of all the slowdowns that happened last year and everybody that didn't get their stuff till after Christmas. I think everybody kind of pre-planned this, so they ordered everything way in advance just to make sure it got there. So I feel like 2 years ago this might be still a busy time for us, but right now I don't know that it's gonna be. I think
And we just passed the Wednesday was the USPS cutoff for like definite Christmas delivery, so that might have discouraged people from doing online shopping now too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like some people know, like if you know how the mail works, and you're, let's say someone from North Carolina or South Carolina orders something from us, they could it'll probably make it.
Right.
But you take that kind of that risk, and I feel like nobody's going to take that risk right now. And I don't know. It seems like the post office is doing better than they did, a lot better than they did last year. The only thing
So
we're
much
running
better.
into, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing we're running into is it seems like our scans are very sporadic. Like it seems like
Oh yeah, it may go days, like showing in one facility, and then it shows up several
Yeah.
states later, or yeah. Which I mean, hey, as long as it's still moving and they just don't have time to scan it, whatever, that's
yeah.
fine.
Well, the one that's been getting us is the initial scan has been getting skipped for us because we have these big like bags that we send out for USPS, and our mail lady picks them up, and then they just take the bag, and it seems like it doesn't hit its first scan till it moves from our post office to our main branch, and then that's the
Yeah.
first scan. So Sarah keeps getting these notifications from Poshmark saying like, why didn't you ship this? You said you
I know,
shipped
I'm
it.
getting
It
so
hasn't
mad.
So to go in every time then and say item shipped and is not tracking, you have to put
Right.
that in every time.
Yep. Yep.
So can you print off? Of course, you can't for Poshmark, but for eBay, do you print your mail lady a scan sheet?
No, because we can't, because the way we do things when we list things, we don't put the correct dimensions in every time because for us it's just easier
Sure.
to kind of figure it out.
Yeah, I kind of
after the
eyeball
fact.
it and guess too, and
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
do fine with that.
So what ends up happening? The only way to do the scan sheet is if you do bulk printing.
Sure, yeah.
So when we don't do it, we do one at a time. So
Well, Adam, I do the same thing you do. Is I kind of guess, and then I do bulk printing.
and I see. I don't. This is where
I'll video like exactly how I do it. So I might be like, okay, this book's gonna be 8 by 10 by 1, and then whenever I package it up, say I didn't have an 8 by 10 by 1 box, and when I pull up my bulk printing and it has my 16 items, I'm allowed to select media mail, 1 pound 4 ounce, 9 by 12 by 2, and I can change the dimensions on everything right there in bulk printing.
Oh, okay. See, I've never clicked on that link, and because
Oh yeah, you can do that, and then you get a scan sheet.
there's a good reason why I haven't
Okay.
clicked on that link, because I've had 2 experiences with eBay, and I was kind of going to save this for kind of maybe a potentially bad thing. But I've had 2 instances with eBay where I've clicked on a link and it has changed my entire store around.
Business
so-
policies,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have never clicked on the link to know that I can go in there and edit each one. That makes a little easier.
Yeah, Brett says I'm a little scared to try bulk printing because I sell so many different things. No, like today on bulk printing, I had a TV, 2 books, a dress, an action figure. Like if there's anyone that sells an assortment of crap, it's me. So, like,
Yeah, so do
bulk
we.
printing is your friend, guys. I had like 17 things on my scan sheet the other day, and they were all different things. I mean,
So-
this morning was very busy shipping day. I just sold one thing today. So tomorrow.
So let me
will be
ask you a
very-
question, because I know a lot of people out there that probably share in my fear of bulk printing, and we already had one. So if you do bulk printing, how do you know what's going where? Meaning, like, if I do it one at a time, I know this is George Smith. That's going. This is his package here.
Sure.
So how do you
So here's what I
differentiate?
do. Like, I'll take my little eBay poly mailer and I pack this down and I weigh it, and then I'm gonna write on it 7 ounce. Like for instance, today I mailed out a BJ Penn action figure and I wrote 7 ounce BJ. And so I put that down and it's in the stack. And then whenever all of my items print out, they print in order. And then the labels actually print in that same order. And when you're on the print label page, it's like a manifest of every single item right there. So you can
okay.
say, so I would say, okay, BJ Penn is the first thing here, and he was 7 ounces, and he's going to California. And then I look at my label, and I'm like, it says 7 ounces, California. Yep, that's him. And then you pick up the next
Okay.
item, like it's in order for you.
That's
Okay.
cool.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
you should at least give it a
you
try.
may have changed our entire shipping process, right there.
Yeah, that's what Dave is saying. The same thing. I pack everything up and write with a Sharpie on the package what the item is, and then bulk ship. That's what I do. I used to use
Now-
zip code, but I had the same 2 items going to the
Yeah.
same zip code once and totally screwed up my life. I was like,
Well, that's the only thing I'm worried about, because like we used to sell, like, we don't anymore, but we used to sell like a lot of Levi's, and like if we put Levi's 504, then there could be another pair of 504s,
Yes.
and then we're in trouble.
yeah.
So
Yeah. So the reason, like Dave said, I just write I don't know where it went now. I just write the name. The reason why I write the weight is because I package in my office and I'm a dinosaur and I ship in another room. Like I print my labels in another room. I can't fit my computer in here. Like I cannot fit one more thing in here. So that's why I would write the weights.
And then you went and did live, so now you added more stuff to that room.
There's so much going on in this room. Let me just show you right beside me for everyone that's always like, Rachel's office is so pretty. Let me show you something real quick. Do you see this?
Yes.
This is a stack of stuff that's tall. Look at this.
That's beautiful.
It's so pretty, Sarah. You would love it because I know how much you love clutter.
I mean, you can see behind me, right?
Yeah, it drives me crazy in there. So.
Oh my gosh. I love the YouTube pillow, by the way. That's really cool.
That
really,
we got
really
that from a viewer. That's Mark from SM Postcards. He sent it to us.
I love it so much. I saw a thumbs up. Oh, it was Carissa had unboxed it from someone, the Chosen Goods reseller. She unboxed. It was a thumbs up and it was gold, like an ornament. I was like, oh my
awesome.
gosh,
That's
love
cool.
that. I know.
I want an on-air sign back here.
Oh, that's cool. That'd be really
I think
cool.
that would be pretty cool. But then I'd have to get rid of the
Leanne.
guitar.
Glad to see you, Leanne. Do you play guitar?
No.
You're not gonna rip that thing off the wall and like start playing your own intro music or anything?
No. You should have. Well, if you would have talked to me before the live when I was going to sing a song, I could have brought the guitar down for you and,
Dang.
did a little something. But I could. No, actually, that guitar was my guitar from when I was a kid, and I wanted to play guitar, and I took lessons, and I thought I was going to be like one of the band members from Green Day when I was a kid.
Wow.
And I hated playing guitar. So I just was like, this isn't for me. Like, I don't know, maybe the guy that taught me really wasn't the greatest because like, I'm like, your fingers hurt when you do this all the time?
On your tutor?
No, I'm blaming it on this because I was like, do your fingers hurt when you play guitar a lot? He's like, don't worry, you'll develop calluses on your hands as you play more. And I'm like, so wait a minute. On top of having to learn all this crap that you're teaching me, my hands have to change to get better at playing guitar. And he's like, yeah, it'll get easier. And I'm like, I don't think this hobby's for me.
Like, I mean, when you run excessive amounts, you lose toenails. I would never lie to someone and tell them you're not going to lose your toenails.
Really?
Like,
this doesn't sound like a good hobby.
When
things start falling off.
Fun, and you definitely get callous. Like, my feet aren't pretty.
Sarah was. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, if someone asked me on Poshmark to model the shoes, they're gonna immediately regret it because I have runner's feet. What were you saying?
I said when I first met Sarah, she was, like I said, she was a big runner, and you said you get what was it, shin splints or something?
Yeah, I got shin splints really bad. Yeah,
and
but I never lost toenails. And I would run constantly, like 3 times a day. I'm not even kidding you.
Holy cow. Yeah, if you raise your mileage tremendously really quickly or your speed or anything, you're asking for shin splints for sure. And that's just it's time off is the only thing that's really gonna help that. They stink.
I've never been when I was a kid I played hockey, so I did a lot of skating, and that was really like, if I had my choice, that would be my exercise of choice would be something along those lines, because I always enjoyed that, but I'm not a runner.
I skated as a car hop at Sonic, and I'm not a good skater. I just was bored with my job that night. And so I fell taking this lady her food, and I saved her shake and she didn't even tip me.
You saved the shake and she didn't tip you?
Rude.
I know. I like fell on my butt and saved the shake, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have your food. And she was just like so annoyed at me
That's terrible. Yeah. I'm scared to death of roller skating and ice skating.
Funny story. Yeah, funny story. Sarah and I went.
Go ahead.
Sarah and I went ice skating once in downtown Pittsburgh. They have a PPG Place, which is this big, it's literally all glass building. And in the middle, there's a big Christmas tree, and there's an ice rink around the Christmas tree.
Oh, that sounds beautiful.
Sarah made it about 4.5 feet and then walked the wall all the way back.
That would be me. I'd be like, oh, look how beautiful this is. This is going to be a magical Hallmark movie type of, whoa.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, as soon as I walked in, was going into the rink, this kid was walking out, and his face was all bloody and his tooth was broken because he fell. And I'm like, I'm done.
People getting concussions. And...
Wasn't a good date. It's amazing she's still around.
This is interesting. This is just not such a good activity.
It's amazing she's still around after I take her on these bad dates.
Yeah, and you guys are actually getting married. She wants to sign up for the rest of her life like this. That's cool.
Well, I don't talk
know,
her into
it's
anything with wheels or blades anymore, so it's better that way.
Interesting. So you guys tell me though something really good that happened this week on eBay, because I know there was just something that is like a brag-worthy sale maybe, or just a buyer surely warmed your heart with a message about how you changed their life. Something happened that was good, right?
Yeah, we actually had 2 of those.
Really?
Go for
Okay,
it.
tell me about them.
Oh, well, the one was somebody that's a repeat buyer that said that he wants to do eBay, but he can't do it right now because he works 80 hours a week. So he bought all kinds of stuff to put on eBay, but now he's not going to. He is sending it all to us. And he's also sending us Christmas presents, and he wants us to sell the stuff on eBay and do an unboxing video of it.
That is so cool.
Yes. So that was very nice. And then somebody else who bought a Cabbage Patch Kid off of us, the guy that called Adam. I don't know if you guys remember this story. He called Adam because he couldn't find this Cabbage Patch Kid. And then because the phone numbers are on the FedEx labels. So he got Adam's phone number and called him after he did find it, after he was accusing Adam of not sending it.
Yeah.
Told Adam how much he loved it, and it's like the most perfect head mold, and like it's
I'm
the
so
most
confused.
beautiful.
He obviously had the box to have the phone number.
Yeah, but this was after he was
when
messaging.
he found it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I probably explained it. He was messaging us saying, I can't find it. It says it's delivered. Like, I want my money back. I never got it. And then the next day, I guess he found it. And he called Adam because he got the number off of the label and was telling Adam how it's like the most beautiful Cabbage Patch Kid, and like the number 5 head mold is like so desirable and it's beautiful and blah, 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 blah. And this was like months ago. Today he messages us and he's like, Merry Christmas. I love my Cabbage Patch. I just wanted to tell you again how much I love it. It's so cute.
You did change his life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He got a good one too.
You redid, Sarah?
No, it was a new one in the box, basically. That was really a rare one. Yeah.
For those of you guys that don't know, Sarah like rehabilitates Cabbage Patches, not like alcoholic Cabbage Patches or anything, but like Cabbage Patches, it's like cabbage rehab.
This one had a horrible drinking problem when we found her.
But she will like even sometimes reroot their hair. She bathes them. She'll take their little heads off. If they have pox, she treats them out in the sun with acne medication. And like she is always telling you how to do these things. And like she definitely has a love and an affinity for Cabbage Patches. It doesn't stem from your childhood, right? It's not because you had this as a kid. You just loved them now.
Yeah, it was from when we found it at an estate sale. And after we found that one, I just like became obsessed with them.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That one that we found in the estate sale was truly like a gem. It was a first generation from the very first generations of them, new in a box, still was sealed, never been opened, actually had the receipt from KB Toy Store still taped to the bottom of the box.
Wow.
Like, it was crazy. And then we
waited. I was gonna say we waited in line for 5 hours in February in the cold. We got there at 3:30 in the morning. So we could be the first person, like the first people in line at this estate sale.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that you got what you went there for.
That we went back to that house several times, and we actually met the family, and she was telling us that Cabbage Patch, her dad made her. She said, I hate that Cabbage Patch because my dad bought it. He left it in this box and said we were never allowed to take it out of the box. And it was always sitting downstairs in the basement on this shelf, and we would always look at it, and he would never let us open this box. And I'm like, wow. She's like, I'm so glad somebody took it and made money off it because I hate that Cabbage Patch Kid. And I'm like, I couldn't imagine telling a kid like, no don't touch that box.
Like, I love Barbie. You know, she's back here all the time, and you guys know I love Barbie. And I played so much Barbie when I was a kid, and I can't imagine if my parents had told me, don't open your Barbie dolls. Like, I would have been devastated because we played so much. I want to say hi to Hidden Isle real quick so I can, I'll make us large again. But I can't imagine that if my parents had been like, oh, here's some cool toys, but don't play with them.
That would be, I don't know. I mean, that would be just one of the, I couldn't imagine. Like,
well, like
and
people
at the
message
time
me now. They want to know like how much are my Barbies worth? Look, they're still in the box. And I'm like, I'm sorry to tell you that you should have played with them.
Yeah. I couldn't, I mean, around that time, I mean, and people were going insane for those dolls. Like they were literally, waiting in lines, running
each
over
other up
people.
for these
And can you
Cabbage
imagine?
Patches.
Yeah, like this kid's thinking to themselves, like, people are going nuts over these things. All my friends are getting them for Christmas, and you got one in a box that you're just sitting there, never letting me look at or touch.
Aw, that's sad. Nikki and Gary said that they're good. They totally sent the wrong item to the wrong person. Customer serviced my way through the ordeal with both clients, and today received positive feedback. Woohoo! People
Nice.
are basically good. That's true. Don't
True.
always assume the worst of people. Adam, I know you had something good that you wanted to share before I asked about if you had changed any buyer's life. So what was your good thing on eBay this week?
Actually, Sarah got it. That was that guy.
The messages.
It was, yeah. I mean, it's cool. The weird thing about that one was it started out so bad because it started out as this was a scammer, because it seemed like such a scammer. And because he was asking for his money back, he was like, "I need my money back. Give me my money back. Like, I should never have bought that doll." And like, then when he called me, I was like, "What is going on?" Like, this is so weird. And then, he turned into like this such a grateful person that it was just so awesome.
Maybe it's just that he was like so excited. Oh my gosh, this is the doll that I've looked for my whole life. It's almost too good to be true. And then when it said delivered and he couldn't find it, he was like, it was too good to be true. And he's thinking you're a scammer. And like, I'm thinking that maybe that's where he was coming from. But then when he found it, he went back to being like, this is the coolest doll I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Right.
It legitimately was a cool doll. It was a Club Cabbage, wasn't it?
Yeah. It's the one that has like it's like, I don't want to say nightclub. It's like an 80s outfit or like 90s and it says Club Cabbage. Like,
it's got leg warmers.
Cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really cool. But I mean, it just turned into such a great story after a while. And at first it was so bad. It just turned into like this great story.
Scott the Cha-Ching King said our alcoholic Cabbage Patch Kids called sauerkraut kids. And Annie bought a new in-box Dodgers Cabbage Patch Kid last year, never selling it.
Nice.
Hell's Canyon Hustle, my good. I sold a World War II era VFW Cootie uniform for $400.
My mom's calling me and I want to just take it. I might be something. So let me,
I'll remove you off of here real quick. Okay.
Okay. Sorry.
Oh my gosh, that's insane though. $25 and got 400. She said it's going to a museum. That is so incredible.
That's insane.
That's really awesome.
We've done that.
Kids wins the internet.
We didn't sell anything to a museum, but we sold something to a studio once, a movie studio.
I sold something to a museum this week. That'll be my good. And it was also a military museum. So the gloves that I have been like oohing and awing about, my leather gloves that I was asked to model. Anyway, I sold a pair of those Roger Fair, brand new with tags from Saks Fifth Avenue, $40 plus shipping to a military vehicle museum in Omaha, Nebraska.
Huh.
Pretty cool.
That's awesome. We sold a Chicago Bear mug once to a studio, and they like paid like almost $50 to ship the thing overnight. So like some of those sales can be awesome because they don't care what they're paying for.
Yeah, no, and they have a budget, especially like movie props and stuff. I mean, and that is the reason why you buy some things like I saw Courtney Bola Buddies this week was talking about how vintage Q-tips will sell, and she's like, it's a movie prop. Like, think about this. If you're sitting the stage, you want it to feel like it's realistically in a certain era. You want everything on that set to be from that era,
Right.
So if it's a bathroom scene and they need Q-tips.
Yeah. And we can't confirm it, but we were watching a commercial like for like the NFL and stuff. And there was actually it could be our coffee cup, but it was exact same coffee cup that we sold to a studio sitting there and like we rewound it and looked and I'm like, this could be our coffee cup because it was the same coffee cup we sold to a studio. So I mean, so what are the chances, right?
Yeah. That's pretty neat. My mom said she would have been mad if I didn't play with the Barbies. I listed a Cabbage Patch Kid that was in a 20-year-old death pile. Long story, but her diaper was a little Mary Jane, very dry and old.
I give them new diapers if they're like that.
I had a Cabbage Patch doll. My brother drew a mustache and beard on it. So I hope it was a boy at least. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, Loomis Q is a Cabbage Patch fan too. And so is Pam Pam, her granddaughter. She likes Cabbage Patches too. She likes to watch, I guess, the ones that you guys sell.
She loves watching. She loves watching the Cabbage Wave on my What Sold videos.
Oh, I love the little Cabbage Wave. Those are cute. I like it when you mess with the little dolls and run them around. I sold my bath water for 13 cents. I bet you could, Dave. Like, Dave, I dare you right now to sell a vial of your bath water. I feel like he's the one that would do it too. The other day, Dave is on Cat the Nurse Flipper's channel, and I tune in and I'm watching, and they're all talking about how to set up like your antique booth. Like if you sell it at antique mall or flea market or something, right? And he's just kind of being quiet over there because he doesn't have an antique booth. And they're all giving their answers. And then he says, I want to do mine in like layers, like levels, make it feel like an Egyptian palace or like whatever the terminology was. So that's funny enough on its own, right? And like you guys are laughing. No, it's crickets. It's awkwardly quiet and silent. Solid. No one thinks this is funny. I'm dying laughing. And it's a Seinfeld, like
that's what I was gonna say. There's two things to this joke. Yep. Like one of it's Dave and the other one is it's totally a Seinfeld thing. And complete crickets.
It was the most awkward, hilarious thing. I could not stop laughing. And I think me and his wife, Tina, are the only ones that thought it was funny because Tina's in the chat like, I know Dave and I thought it was funny and I just couldn't quit laughing about it.
I was also laughing during that live too. Whenever he was
okay, so you saw that too, right?
Yes. I don't think he was on with the right people because
no one got his brand of humor.
No.
Yeah.
It was just it was funny.
Vial of your bathwater, not vile. Gianni sold a U.S. Marine Monopoly for $140 and Doctor Who 10th Doctor Screwdriver for $200 back-to-back sales yesterday. Wow. The Kennedy 8mm film I had sold to a government grant-funded archival company. Wow.
That's awesome.
Sold a vintage German-made 8mm video camera with case and paperwork to a production company who actually was going to use it to record.
Wow.
Whoa.
I'm excited
I'd be wary about buying stuff like that to record with. I can't get my GoPros to work half the time.
Lil Miss Q says that she loved Dave on the Nurse Flipper too. I would love Dave if you'll just chime in and tell me whether or not you think he's okay. Here he is. He says, I don't think I'll be invited back. I don't think anyone even knew how to take you. I had a group of people tell me once, I don't understand your brand of sarcasm. I don't know when you're kidding and when you're not. And that was your group of people. They did not understand how to take you.
No. I felt for him that day because I've been there. I mean, and Sarah's been there too with me. Like they're just people that don't get sarcasm correctly.
Yeah.
Like, and it's few and far between in Pittsburgh because Pittsburgh's a very, like everybody's sarcastic in this town, but there are the occasional times where like me and Sarah have been out and we're making jokes and both of us are laughing and like the other side of the room's just like, what's wrong?
They're just not getting it. They're just not laughing with you.
Right.
So Nick Rowe, you guys, Nick is a reseller in my town. And I told you a few lives ago, I mentioned a certain Alf comic book that he picked up with a very controversial cover. We all got a good laugh out of it. I'm still not willing to say what's on the cover. It's easy to find for yourself. You can just type in Alf comic controversial cover. Well, he picked this up at our one and only local thrift store for $5. All right. He messaged me when he picked it up. He's like, I cannot believe I found this. And he listed it, I think like $547 or something. I asked him today so I would have these numbers right now. I don't remember what he said. But he messages me today. He's like, Rachel, the comic book just sold for $300. And I was like,
that's amazing.
Oh my gosh, I'm going insane for you. And, you know, we're like over text celebrating this huge win for him, $5 into 300. And then he goes, scratch that. They just canceled. And I was like, no. And he said the guy messages him and says, I overpaid. I overbid is what he's saying. He said, I just checked the sold comps and I shouldn't have paid what I did. Or I shouldn't have offered what I did. And so Nick is such a salesperson though, Adam. Nick's like, Okay, so how much do you want to pay? Because he's got a number in his head he doesn't want to go under, and he still ends up selling it over the number that he didn't want to go under and sold it to the same guy for $215.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. That's awesome. We had that happen too. We actually had them cancel though. Like we had an auction running. Somebody and you can probably deduce what happened around 1 a.m. Our phones start going off with like this crazy ding. You know, when someone's trying. Tea? Yeah, no, I don't think they were drinking tea. And then all of a sudden, like, you know what happens when people are trying to find wherever somebody else let off. So it just kept bidding. And then like a day goes by and we noticed that the price went down all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And we were like, what happened? So apparently they canceled all those bids they bid up at 1:30 in the morning. And then the next person was about to win it. And he messages us and he's like, hey, I thought I lost. I went and bought one somewhere else. Can you cancel mine too? So then it goes down again. Yeah. And we were like, this is garbage. Like, we're never doing auctions again.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. More and more people like trying to steer away from the auctions. And, you know, eBay's not really like the auction house it once was.
Right.
But yeah, that's crazy. That's about as bad with cancellations as buyers making offers and never paying.
Yeah. That's the pet that has been.
Yeah, why do they even do that? It's so annoying.
That has been.
I don't understand.
Sarah knows. She hears me all the time whenever I'm like, are these people ever going to pay for this thing? I'm like, I can't handle it.
I pay for things immediately. If I get something off eBay, I pay for it immediately. I think not.
I do too. I don't even close the screen on my phone without paying for it. Like if I have bid on it, if I've made someone an offer, like I want you to ship it immediately, so I'm going to pay you immediately for it.
Doesn't it open a payment screen like immediately following? Like as soon as your offer is accepted or you buy something. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I feel like it just pesters you if you have like if you made an offer and it's accepted. I feel like the moment you open your eBay app, it's like, hey, you got to pay for this. Hey, you got to pay for this. And
I wish it would pester them more. I pester them a little bit too. Brett said, sold a big set of Wolf cookware I got for $75, sold for $550. Wow. Nice. Wolf. Okay, I'm looking this up. Are you guys familiar with Wolf cookware?
No.
Me neither. We're all looking this up, Brett. Is this cast iron? Is this porcelain? What is this?
We have tried to sell cookware in general, and we're just bad at it.
Yeah.
Like it seems like everyone's like, oh, you got to look for Revereware. And like we've picked up teapots and like pans and stuff, and we're like, this will be great. And nobody buys them. We bought Griswold.
Well, they do, but they just sit forever.
Yeah.
And the value is a little bit lower than what we daydream about too. Are you guys familiar with 1987 Ventures Tracy?
Nope.
No.
Well, here in a couple weeks in January, you're going to be, because I'm just going to drop it right here live. Tracy's coming on the show in January. Nice. So cool. Tracy's not on YouTube yet, but so yeah, this is going to be a really big deal. You have to tune into that show for sure. Hey, Eric.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I missed a few people jumping in the chat. I really appreciate everyone being in here. And I promise I try to be as attentive to the chat, but I also really want to know what Adam and Sarah did on eBay this week. I need to come on your show where my humor is appreciated. Dave, get on the show over here. We'd love to be sarcastic with you. If you watched a few weeks ago when Scott was here, the Cha-Ching King, we oozed sarcasm for the most of the show.
Dave does Whatnot all the time, and there's a few people that are like in the chat and whatnot, and they're like, is anybody else just come here for the show? Because this is hilarious sometimes.
Nice. I'm glad that some people appreciate it. James is here, my boring reseller live. Super glad to see you wearing that hat, James. Blood, cool Sweat, and Sell, Leroy, right? I'm right?
I think so. I'm so bad with names.
A lot, so I'm pretty sure. Names. And my oldest son's first name is Leroy, but they're not spelled the same. Just learned about Wolfware on a lot of Josh's channel. Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out and see what that is. Woohoo! Can't wait. Eric Hughes says get on YouTube, Tracy. So can you guys talk a little bit about Whatnot for people in the chat? Because I'm trying to learn what it is. When you guys were going to do your original first auction on there, I downloaded it on my tablet. and then like, the internet crashed for Amazon and it was postponed. Right. But let's just assume that 98.9% of the people in the chat don't know what Whatnot is. Will you explain it?
Sure. Do you want to start? And I'll pull it up and actually show people.
You can explain it.
Okay. So it's an auction site, and it's similar. I guess you'd say it's kind of competing with eBay, but in a way it's not. In a way it's actually a good source for us. So it's an auction site, and what you do is they're live. So think of like a YouTube live, but with bidding available. So like here's a live auction going on. It
reminds me of Instagram Live. Like
my headphones connected to it, so
it's very, very similar setup to Instagram Live, and it has to be from a mobile, right?
That's right. So it let me get rid of that. So yeah, and you can bid live after like on everything. So as soon as that live video is up, the person starts that auction and they're showing you the product. So like if I got a Cabbage Patch Kid, I'd be like, this is a 1987's Cabbage Patch doll, and I'd show them the thing. And then as I'm showing it, at the bottom there's a button that says bid, and people are just bidding. And then the auctions run for like a minute 45 seconds, whatever the auctioneer chooses.
Fast.
Right, mm-hmm. They are fast. And they let me reconnect my headphones here because I don't
That's what Tracy just said. Whatnot goes fast. Wow.
Yeah, yes. It goes super fast, and it on top of that, it charges their card right away. So as soon as the auction's over, and let's say Pittsburgh Picker won, I get an email. It charges your card right away. It's already done.
Pause. This brand new app figured out what eBay could. Go ahead.
Exactly, and the interesting, and it's that fast, and on top of that, they figured the shipping out too, which that was the coolest part about it for me. When I heard about it from Dave and Carrie over at American Arbitrage, Dave from NC Picker, Carrie from American Arbitrage. I was like, okay, so how does shipping work? So how shipping works is again, we'll go back to the Cabbage Patch doll. The Cabbage Patch doll's 2 pounds to ship it across the country, and it's a flat rate. So whatever it is, it's $8, we'll say, for the ship the Cabbage Patch. After that, everything you buy after that is only $1 shipping. So if you buy a 20-pound book, it's still $1 shipping. If you buy 6 comics book, it's $1 shipping per comic book. Like it just so
who's paying for that shipping? Like the app? Whatnot is paying for that?
No, you are. So you're paying $8 essentially. And then you're paying $1 for everything else after that. And then what happens is whenever we get the order, it's all bundled on our thing. So we ship everything together. So what ends up happening is most of the time the shipping's like $1 or $2 over what it would normally cost. Unless it's going to like Canada or something. And in that case, the shipping changes. I understand it's like $13 or $14 to ship to Canada. And I think it's $2 or $3
so it is international as well.
Only Canada, I think, right now.
Okay.
But I think they're working on it. It's a new app, but for the US, it's whatever the flat shipping is plus $1 per item.
Brett wants to know, is it better for selling or for buying and thrifting? Because I've seen some people sourcing on Whatnot.
We do too.
Yeah.
Sarah is really into it at Whatnot right now. She buys a lot of vintage t-shirts on Whatnot, and we've been doing really well with them. So you get good vintage on I mean, I know people sell a lot of vintage, but you get it at a price that you can resell on Whatnot.
T-shirts, from this one guy. I do.
Oh, from one. Okay, so if he doesn't have a very big following, like Nick was talking about, it's good if you have a following, because like if someone with a huge vintage single stitch following gets on there, they may go for $100, but someone that no one's going to show up to their auction gets on there, and you scoop it up for $5, and then you can flip it.
Yeah, it just depends. The guy that I watch has like 4 to 5 auctions a week, and he does have a big following, but some people aren't there to source. And like as the auctions are going, I'm like looking the comps up on my phone, and I'm running the auction like on my iPad. So sometimes I get them, sometimes I don't. It just depends. But I mean, we've got shirts off of him for $35 and flipped them for $80.
Nice. That's awesome. So you are enjoying selling on there then?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So from a seller standpoint, and from like a standpoint like that all of us, it works because it's a bulk amount of stuff, and it's out of here. like right then and there. So, you know, we've been using it to sell. We do sell a lot of clothes, and we are sourcing the clothes, but we've also been throwing in things that like we just don't know enough about to sell well. You know, like we're not big comic book sellers, for example, or toy, like newer, like action figures. Like we don't know enough about them to be able to properly market them. So it's easier for us to say, maybe make $1 or $2 on one of these figures and get a whole bunch of them out of our inventory to clear up.
Especially if you have a death pile. And we know Sarah does not like a death pile.
We don't. But yeah, if you do have a death pile, then it works out. But I mean, like we've had these like action figures just sitting here, and we've never listed them because neither one of us know enough about them, nor do we want to sit down and take the time to go through them all. So it's like, all right, let's just put them on Whatnot and blow them out of here. And it works.
I use Google Lens for action figures a lot, and it just
we do.
tells me everything.
Yeah,
I love it. Paul wants to know, does Whatnot provide a shipping label, or do you have to go to Pirate Ship and do that?
No, it's all done in their system. So whenever we're done with an auction, we go, and then there's a big page of pretty much everybody that's bought off of, and under each name is everything they bought. And then we go in, you put in the dimensions of the box, the weight of the box, and everything like that, and then you print the shipping label out, and it goes. The thing with Whatnot, if you do go to sell on Whatnot, there's 2 caveats to selling on Whatnot. Number one, it's not like eBay. You don't just sign up and you can go out there and sell. You actually have to do some work to them. So you have to show them a video of what you do. You got to give them all your social addresses. So your Instagram, your Facebook, your YouTube, your eBay store, your Poshmark store, they want to see that you know what you're doing.
Wow.
And then on top of that, they want like a 2-minute elevator pitch on who you are, what you do, things like that. They asked us for pictures of our inventory. Like they really wanted to know that like, we're not going to get on there and be like, yeah, we're selling, this pen for $3.
Holy cow.
So
they
were serious
because they want to know that you're serious about what you're doing. It sounds like they really are trying to curate the best sellers for their app.
Yeah.
Was it hard to get approved?
Yeah. It took about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you had to write something too. Like he had to write, what was it? I don't know what it was that you wrote, just basically telling like what we do about your YouTube channel. He wrote like some big thing.
They have an application and you go through this whole application and you got to, they ask you questions and things like that. And then once you're approved, there's still kind of a learning curve there. Like there's a lot that goes along with doing this auction, and it's awesome. I mean, we've really enjoyed it, and it's a great, what I like about it is it's kind of shifting us from that retailers to maybe a little bit of wholesaling too, which, we do a lot of bulk purchases. So wholesaling kind of works in our favor. And we've found that we're sourcing differently now too. So like, in addition to buying things on eBay, like we're taking a lot of like higher end stuff and putting it on eBay, and like our regular, like bread and butter stuff is all going on eBay. But then, if we were at an auction and we saw like boxes of action figures or something like that, we would just walk by that. We would never even give it a second look. But now we're like, okay,
how much for the whole box?
Take a look at it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Because you will sell everything.
That's awesome.
What's
the fee on Whatnot?
It's let me be exact, just because I don't want to say the wrong thing. But it's easy to pull up.
James said he filled out the application hoping his 20-year eBay experience and 5 storage lockers will get him approved. And while you're looking up what the fee is, Tracy wants to know, and you didn't miss this, Tracy, how long you guys have been reselling and whether or not you're full-time.
We're going on our 3rd year, and we are full-time. We were very new into this. It's kind of how it started. Was we started selling things that like my mom had sent us, because she used to run a storage facility, and she sent us all these. Well, I always pronounce the name wrong.
Kachina dolls.
Kachina dolls.
Oh yeah. That's a nurse flipper thing.
Yeah. So she sent us all these, and we started selling them on eBay, and then we were like, we could make money doing this. And so that's when we found the kind of the YouTube community. We found John, Cincinnati Picker, we found Harry Tornado, and all the big ones. And then like one day I was watching one of John's videos. Like John doesn't even know this, which is funny. Like if he's watching, he has no idea.
He's totally watching. He's a huge fan of my channel.
Okay. Well, if he's watching, no, he actually he actually started our channel because I was watching one of his videos and he was like, I would love to see a YouTube channel start from almost like day one. And we were like 3 weeks into selling on YouTube when I started the channel.
eBay.
Like if you, and please
Nice.
don't, like everybody that's watching, don't do this. But if you were to scroll back to my very first videos,
I'll do it.
this room looks totally different. Like there's nothing back here.
No.
So.
And he looks
Wow.
scared.
Oh, the fees.
Oh yeah, what are the fees, and can you sell heavier items there?
I've never seen anybody sell heavier items. I would assume.
Dave says he does right on the chat.
Yeah, he does.
Apparently,
but,
Little Miss Q was pretty enough to get in with just her face.
I had it up too, and
Isn't
okay,
it
so
8%?
It's like 8, you said?
I want to say it's 8%. I don't quote me on that.
there's
Let him-
more to it though. So
Yeah.
it's 8% commission,
Yeah.
and then it's 2.9% payment processing
Processing
fee plus 30 cents. So that's all the fees together.
So like
right there.
PayPal's fees for the payment.
Sort
Yeah.
of, yeah. And then the way it works is that they don't pay you till it's delivered. So once it's there, then you get paid, and then it's kind
So
of like
like
PayPal.
Mercari or Poshmark.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
What kind of mic are you using, Adam?
It is a fine mic. Fine. FIFINE.
Nice.
Thank you. That's how me and Dave
Hi,
met.
Nick. Did you say that's how you and Dave met?
Yeah, Dave was on one of my lives, and Dave's like, I got his humor when he first said it, but so I saw NC Picker come up on one of my lives, and I was like, oh my god, I know he has a big channel, and he's like, I love this guy's voice.
He
He's
said
like,
he loves your voice.
yeah, and I was like,
Nice.
okay. He's like, what kind of mic are you using? Because it's amazing, and I'm like, it's like a $50 Amazon mic, but it's good. Ed, the reselling writer, actually went out and bought one because he's like, yeah, it's a great mic. I'm like,
Dave is not afraid to pay people compliments when he
No.
sees something that he likes with somebody. He said selling 120 items in a night is amazing. Stop! You guys are going to get me on Whatnot.
Yeah.
That's what
You
it's
need to
called,
be.
right?
Yeah,
Well,
I think we
you've
sold
been
like
trying-
54 the other day. It wasn't like 54 or
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
Get out of here. So, like, what was your average sales price on 54 items?
$6, I think.
What?
And most of it was clothing. Most of it was t-shirts and hats. We sold t-shirts, hats, and a few squishmallows.
I saw you had vintage t-shirts. So were they like single stitch vintage or
Somewhere. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And I've been getting
Sarah,
most of them from the bins.
You have a radio voice.
That's what everybody says. They actually said that on the Whatnot the other day. Someone was like, you, sir, have a great radio voice. And I'm like, I have a face for
Really?
radio, too.
So that's the thing about Whatnot. A lot of people are like apprehensive about getting on YouTube because they don't want like their whole face and everything. You don't really have to have your face on Whatnot, right?
Mhm.
They really want just the item and maybe your hands,
Well,
right?
So on top of it being mobile only for a buyer, it's mobile only for the seller. So
Right.
if you're like, you can't film on your webcam, which would be amazing. Like having an auction here with me sitting in front of it, being able to hold it would
Right.
be much better than what we do. But so we have like my iPad mounted and it's just sitting there, and we rotate it up for shirts and rotate it down for small stuff, and it just keeps going. And so there's a little learning curve, but once you get there, and you like after our second auction, I think both of us started to kind of get into a groove figuring
Yeah.
this out, like
Yeah.
and how it works. And it's fast. And as a YouTuber, you're not necessarily used to moving at such a fast pace. You're kind of used to moving at your pace while you're filming your videos and stuff like that. And even on lives, you're kind of used to just letting it all flow and being going at your own pace. Whereas it's very tempting to just start rushing, and you don't have to. Like,
No.
Dead air on
Yeah.
YouTube to me drives me insane. On
Yeah.
Whatnot,
Yeah.
nobody cares. So
Okay.
They
so
really
it's a little
don't.
bit more laid back.
Mhm.
Yeah. At first,
of course-
we didn't treat it that way, though. I was at the end of the first one. I was sweating. Like,
that would be me too,
because-
Sarah.
I was like putting the t-shirts in the hanger and hanging them up and then getting another one ready. And then even though you have a description and they do print out that list, I was still putting like tags on everything of who bought it and like
Yeah.
trying to make piles to make it easier at the end. And it did
Right.
make it easier, but the second night was much better because I wasn't sweating nearly as bad.
Yeah, that's what, I'm always trying to be like really high energy and everything. And
Yeah.
nothing like if I was the way I'm coming across to everyone right now, if I were actually talking like that right now, it would seem so dull and slow. And so everything has to be like amped up a little bit, I feel like, for camera. But yeah, I would be sweating with you at the end of the night because I'd be trying to be like real high energy and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I had to get over my dead air thing because like even on YouTube, like we were going to turn our live into a podcast. And then like when I went to edit it, I had to edit out all the dead air because I'm like, I can't handle dead air. But on this, I have to learn to kind of just let it go. You know what I mean? And kind of just let the auction go as it will and kind of just slow it down a little bit. So that's what we do.
Drew Profit Monsters is here making fun of me. He's glad to see that I'm alive since I haven't posted my Vlogmas yet. It's going live after this. Yeah, I do have a few mods in the chat. Drew, my husband Drew, is a mod. If he will jump in if you see anything crazy in there, Drew.
Did I bring the trolls?
I think I put a timeout on the one that maybe. Do you have a mod to block trolls? Yeah. Was there a fear that Rachel was not alive? I've been really tired. Okay. So last question. I have one question that I've been holding on to while I was trying to address everyone else's question. I promise this is our last whatnot question. We're going to go back to eBay stuff. But how is the return process on whatnot? Am I fearful that I'm going to ship all this stuff out and then people are going to be like, I changed my mind?
It is my understanding that is just like any other auction. It's buyer beware. So if there's something wrong, it's on you. Like it's an auction. It is. You know what? Actually, I'm almost positive that's true because when you sign on to Whatnot for the first time, that's one of the check marks that you check. So there is no returns. It's have a nice day. I mean, I'm sure there is a rating system. So I'm sure if you're a jerk and you're selling things that are fake or you're selling things that are, dirty or whatever, you're going to get a bad rating. But other than that, it's, it is what it is. And,
So tell me, something, I hate to get into it, but something bad that happened on eBay, but make it something that we can learn from. I got to piggyback off of any mistakes or anything that we could have done differently and learn from what happened. Tell me something bad that happened on eBay this week.
The one bad that sticks out with me this week was we had a lady, we sell Cabbage Patches. And unfortunately this could be a learning experience, but it's not. I mean, it is, but it isn't. In the same, it's how to handle this would be the learning experience. So we sold a Cabbage Patch and it was a newer Cabbage Patch, correct? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it was a 2004 Cabbage Patch and we sold it and it went to Australia. And we got a message at 1:30 in the morning. We were still up, but we got a message at 1:30 in the morning from a lady and she said, this Cabbage Patch was damaged. It had stains. It had rust stains all down the leg. It was really filthy. The hair wasn't crimped. The lace on the dress was falling apart. Like what are we going to do about that? And, my gut reaction was we should just tell this lady she's a complete liar. And then luckily both of us just kind of like told her like, okay, you're in Australia. Let me talk to eBay and see how we're going to handle this. And so we took a pause, which if there's a lesson in it is sometimes when somebody sends you something that irritates you profusely. And for Sarah, that she takes it much more personal than I do when it comes to Cabbage Patch because Sarah puts work into these dolls. Yeah. Like
I clean them. I clean them.
Abby Rehab.
I clean them all. Like if there's any stains that I can't get out or if dresses or I don't even put them in clothes that are ripped. Unless it's like some rare original vintage outfit that's desirable. And then I will disclose that. I put in the description everything that's not original to the doll. I clean them all. If they're stains, I take pictures of them. And if they're not of my standard, I don't even sell them.
Yeah. So having said all, when she, as soon as we got that message, Sarah's just, this lady's lying. There's no way, it's impossible. And we're like, okay, so we told her we're going to talk to eBay, see how we handle this. Since she's in Australia, we can't offer you a return. So we're going to figure this out.
First, we told her to send pictures. She's like, correct. she's like, the dress was all ripped. There was red and brown stains all over her, and she was like, the stuffing was coming out of her. And I'm like looking back at the pictures, and I'm like, none of this. The dress is like perfect. There's no stuffing coming out of her. There's no stains on her at all. So she's like, I can't take pictures because I threw her clothes all away, and I tried to sew her back together because I was so
out of here.
upset. Yeah.
Did she run her over too?
Yeah. And the resolution on my iPad isn't good enough to take pictures, so I can't.
How? Remind me again how much she paid for the doll?
With the shipping, probably like maybe $70.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what we said to her was, none of this was there when we took the pictures. That's obvious. We can look back at the pictures and know that none of this was there. So it had to happen in transit. Immediate response, it did not happen in transit. It was it was packed very well. There's no way this was like this when I took it out of the box. And I'm like, okay, so here we go. So we call eBay, and I know everybody in this chat that is called eBay has a complaint about how terrible the people are on the other end of the line. This lady literally says this: just ignore her. There's nothing we can do. And I was like,
she's got pom-poms cheering for you.
Yeah. Because I told her, I'm like, I went through the whole thing, like almost the same explanation I'm saying right now. And the lady said, just ignore her. It's no big deal. And I was like, wow, really? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, well, what if she gives us negative feedback? She's like, we'll remove it. Don't worry about it. And I was like, that's amazing. So
wow.
my response back was exactly this. eBay told us there's really nothing we can do without proof. So you're welcome to send us proof. If there is damage that was done in transit, then there is protection for you with GSP. Other than that, we can't go any further. We never heard back from the lady. Yeah. But that was such, like, for me, and when you care about somebody, you feel their tension. So the moment that message came in, I could feel Sarah just like cringing in the bedroom next to me, in the bed next to me. And I'm like, I know she's taking this personally right now. And
I take care of my babies.
Yeah. And you wonder, like, did that cabbie even get a good home? Is the cabbie still being taken care of?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Like, seriously.
No, I agree. Like, you guys know I don't accept returns. So, I mean, I don't want to say I ignore them all the time, but I'll ask for pictures and stuff. Like if I did something wrong, but I'm kind of like you. I mean, if you're not going to provide any of these pictures and stuff, I can't help you any further. Right. This is not a hobby. This is my job.
Right. And that's what eBay said too. They were like, well, if she's not going to cooperate and send proof, then we're not going to side in her favor.
Yeah.
And why would you throw away a dress, and why would you try to fix it? Why, when you got it immediately, why wouldn't you take pictures and say, hey, this is messed up?
So do you think she tried to alter the doll and screwed it up and then was like, let me see if I can get my money back?
Maybe.
I think she paid a lot of money to get that doll to Australia. And I think she wanted some of the money back because she didn't directly ask us for a refund. She didn't say, I want a full refund. She said nothing. She said, what are we going to do about this? So I feel like she was trying to get some of the money back that she spent. She spent almost $80 some to get the doll to Australia. Yeah. So I feel like there's probably something else wrong with it that she's not telling us. Like maybe it wasn't the doll that her kid wanted or whatever. And she's trying to figure out a way to get the money back. That just is my opinion. I have no idea for certain, but that was our ugly for this week. And it was, it was interesting.
Kim says, I would have said I sent the item in the exact condition shown in the pictures. I clean and test everything I sell to ensure good reviews and customer satisfaction. Yeah, for sure.
Basically say that to her. I said, I've sold, over 100 of these dolls this year, and I clean all of them, and I've literally had no complaints at all.
Yeah.
Not one.
And Sarah brought up a good point too.
The sellers.
Yeah. Sarah brought up a good point too when we were at night when we were talking about it. She's like, what iPad does this lady have that the camera is not good enough with the resolution to take pictures? Like, what is she using? Like an iPad 2 or something? Like what? These cameras are amazing on these phones. I have
an Etch-a-Sketch, and so I'm able to send you photos from it. Leanne said, I was sent a request to receive item delivered a month ago that got sent to the wrong address because he moved 7 months ago, but he didn't update it. Huh? Nothing I can do but share that story, man.
Yeah. What is wrong with people?
We had something like that happen to us. We had a license plate come back to us, and we came back to us, returned to sender, undeliverable. And it said, customer moved. So we were like, okay. So we reached out to the customer. We're like, hey, this license plate came back to us. What do you want us to do with it? No response. Weeks go by, send him another message. No response. Weeks go by. I'm like, you know what? Just set it aside somewhere. If he ever messages us, we'll wait and see. And nothing. It's probably still sitting down there.
Wow. I mailed a belt out 3 times to a buyer once, and because it just kept getting returned, and I'm like, give me the right address.
Right. How do they not know? Like, what is happening?
Had a similar buyer claim to donate vintage collectible Batman and couldn't return. Oh, it was trash when I got it in. I threw it away. Give me my money back now. Like,
Right.
who do they think you are, Walmart?
Yeah.
Mm.
We've had people. We've had
Cha-Ching
people.
King and Profit Monster's heads have both become enlarged in the chat, and they are they're on power trips now. I'm kidding.
There's a whole nother story going on right now.
There is in the chat. There's a whole separate story because I needed some responsible mods over here, but I didn't choose wisely. I chose people that were. I'm kidding. I appreciate you guys keeping an eye on things for me.
I just couldn't believe eBay. The lady on the phone with eBay, and I had it on
I
speaker.
love that she said that to you.
Yeah, she was so funny. I was cracking up when she's like, "Did you try blocking her?" And Adam's like, "No." And then she's like, "Did you try ignoring her?" And Adam's like, "No."
Did you try blocking her? She said that?
Yeah.
Man, that's awesome. That's good. I mean, it's good to know that there are some sane people working there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool.
Most of the time they're just, a lot of the time they're clueless. And this lady was just on it. And Sarah's standing right in this doorway and she's just like,
I wish you'd been recording that. That would have made a good video.
I was actually just like cracking up because it was so funny to me that she
you didn't know she was going to say all that.
No.
That's great. That's great. I'm glad that you had that type of response. So I'm kind of at that same place with my bad right now with this lady. I sent her a bag. It's just a vintage leather bag, unlined leather, right? I mail it. I no sooner mail it and I get a message from her. If you haven't already mailed this, will you cancel it? I'm like, well, I already did mail it, so we all know what that means, and I don't accept returns. That wasn't my response to her, but she gets the bag, and she's like, the zipper functions poorly.
Sure.
Okay. And then she opens a return request, and I'm like, is she opening a return request because of the zipper? Because I don't accept returns, No, she doesn't open a return request because of the zipper. She opens a return request and says, the bag seems inauthentic. This is an unbranded bag, okay? There's no brand. And she says, it's not authentic leather.
It's fake.
It's not real leather. Okay, so she says it's not real leather. And I told you it's an unlined leather bag, meaning like the same kind of Coach that I collect.
Right.
When you open it up, the other side of the leather is suede.
Yeah.
Like one side of leather is smooth and one side is suede. So, I mean, it's directly distinguishable as leather. There's not a chance that it's fake because when you open it, you can see the suede on the other side. And in my listing photos, I have pictures of that suede interior. And so I screenshot those and refer back and, on their return request, I'm like, please see the attached photos of the unlined leather interior. This bag is absolutely leather. Well, then she messages me, I want to return the bag. I don't believe that it's leather. You say it's leather, but I don't believe that it is. And I'm like, I don't know how long we're going to go back and forth about this. I'm not taking this return of my own volition. If I am forced to take this return, whatever, it was a $20 bag. Now, was this $20 worth of leather? Yes, probably. So I'm not saying that it's like some fine made in Italy garment.
Right.
It's $20 leather. That's what you paid for. And that's what you got. Unbranded, old $20, 70s leather. And yeah, she's arguing that it's not leather.
Yeah. I mean...
I don't know how long we're going to go back and forth about
it. So I think there's two things working here. I think one, the only way she can open a return that to someone that doesn't take things back is to call it fake. Like that's the only way eBay will approve this at this point because you don't take returns. They can open one because of anything. Cause I've had people even open them because of fit and I decline it. And then immediately it's shut down. But this one, you're right, doesn't offer me to decline. I can send her a message, but I can't decline it. And so eBay's going to make the final decision on this. Right. And that's the way it should be. Like, go through the process. Let's see how this pans out. But I don't think they're going to win. I mean, it sounds like she's just trying to get you to take it back. And
I think so too. And I had honestly already mailed the thing by the time she's like, if you haven't mailed this, cancel it. Well, I had. So I can't really see what I could have done differently, but I will stand my ground on it. And the reason why I'll stand my ground is not because of the $20 bag or the $10 shipping. I will stand my ground because of every reseller that will come after me that will have to deal with this lady. If I just give in and give her what she wants when she, makes the first little whine, then, she's going to think she does that every time. And so I'm going to attempt to stand by what I sold her. And unless eBay forces me, I'm not going to say they're not going to force a return here. Right. But unless they force me, I will not give her money back on this bag.
I don't feel like I don't know. But I mean, to me, you can't say something's fake that's unbranded. Like, and there's nothing, there's nothing in the bag that says it. Is there like a tag that says genuine leather or anything?
There's not even a made in China tag.
Even if it is fake, let's say for argument's sake that it's not real leather, there's nothing that said it was real leather. Like, so I don't know. I mean, that to me drives me insane.
I don't think she's going to win, but I'll update the vlog. I'll let you guys know how that comes out.
Well,
Adam Baldy Palace here. We were talking about you while you were watching Spider-Man.
Hey, Adam. What's happening?
We were talking about your Wednesday show and your veteran auction. Everyone's got to tune into that for sure.
For sure. Another Adam.
There's another Adam here, so you might be shipped off the island. They're all voting people onto an island over here.
Yeah. Yesterday, Adam said that the chat sounded like a law firm. It was Adam, and Sarah.
Oh, that's funny. That does sound like a law firm. I think this is a very good tip. Message your buyers like you're messaging eBay reading for first time regarding the item in question. It's helped with me win cases. That's true. I always respond to people, especially in writing, as if like the ultimate judge is going to be the one to read that later because they will read what you write.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I guess whenever you get into this type of thing where it becomes returns and things of that nature, like my biggest issue is like people try to like get us to handle it all the time. Like, you need to do something about this. And it's like, okay, eBay has processes in place for stuff like this. Let's go down those avenues because that's where we need to be. Me and you messaging back and forth and you telling me what's wrong and me telling you that it's not wrong is just not going to work. Let's go through the process and figure it out.
Yeah, they have stuff in place already. Like, we don't have to figure this out as if it's the first return ever to happen on eBay.
Exactly. Yeah.
Trevor, this is a terrible idea. Do you ever get on Facebook and look up a buyer who's a problem just to get a look at their life? Do not track people down, Trevor. It does kind of amaze me though that people will be so rude and sometimes even like off color with you, and you have their address. Like, this is a terrible idea. Don't do that. Don't be so mean to people. Another reason I have a PO box in case I do tick off a buyer, right?
Yeah. We've had people just be downright like nasty with us sometimes. And like they assume that like what we sent, like I hate it when we send something to somebody and their message is directed back at us, like as if we were scamming them. Like, we did this. Oh, yeah. Like you like totally sent me something that was garbage and you're trying to scam me out of my money. And it's like, are people not allowed to make mistakes? Like, we sell thousands of things a year on eBay. Like, can we just make mistakes? We're human.
I made 2 mistakes this week. This could prelude into our ugly, but we were going to do something else before we talk about ugly. But I made 2 mistakes this week, and just so you guys know, I'm not a monster, and I do correct things on eBay. Okay, this lady with the purse she's in the wrong. So one person bought a little for real pet bunny. And when this was my son's bunny, this is not even something that I sourced. And we took the batteries out for storage and everything. Well, we use a lot of Dollar Tree batteries around here, and I'm going to advise against it because these batteries were not even in this item. They were not stored in this item. It was clean when I put it away, and they sent me pictures, and I know it was mine because there was a mark on the tag on my for real pet, and there was a mark in this photo, and there was corrosion in the battery compartment, and it was not like a little. It was a lot. Yeah. And I said, oh no, does it still function? It didn't look like this when we put it away. We used this not long ago. Does it still function? Because I want to keep the conversation going with the buyer. Right. Sometimes they won't even message you back and it's dead there. And, no refund is made. But she messaged back, or he, and said, no, it doesn't function. And I said, I'm sending you a full refund right now. Keep the toy, you know, if you wanted to use it without the batteries or whatever. I'm so sorry about that. Thanks again for your purchase. And, you know, I made it right because that was my mistake. I guess the thing I could have done differently, even though it was clean when I listed it, I could have checked the battery compartment again before I shipped it out.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, and people make mistakes. We did it too just this week. We sent a lot of DVDs to a lady, and we bought a massive lot of DVDs from an auction. And we thought we went through them all, or Sarah thought she went through them all, and we missed it. Like, there was 2 DVDs missing. We totally missed it. And I told this lady, I'm like, it's totally our fault. We totally missed it. Like, it's just completely our fault. We'll give you your money back, donate the items, do whatever you want to do with them.
She was rude, though. She was really rude.
She was kind of rude.
And some of them were missing, and I did disclose that, but I guess maybe when I was writing the description, I missed disclosing the rest of them because there were just so many, and I was getting so mad that, like, so many of the cases were empty that I was just, like, throwing them.
Dang. So, well, my other thing that I guess kind of I messed up on, and I wish I had one, but I just had to ship out my last one. So I retail arbitrage from Walmart these adult Umbro brand shin guards, and they're like a slip-in shin guard, which means it has a sleeve and then you slip the shin guard in. Well, they were all sealed, and I bought like 3 or 4 packs for $1. I think I sold it for like $11 or $11.99 with free shipping. Cost me like $3 and change to mail. It's not a huge profit, but I don't even take pictures of it. I use Walmart's photos. Anyway, so they get the item in, and I've had other buyers perfectly satisfied with these, and they messaged me and they said, I was so excited when it came in today, but I opened it up and there's only one sleeve.
Oh.
And this was a sealed item, so this was just a defective item from Walmart. So, I mean, when you know, we've all bought things from Walmart and it's broken inside or it's defective. If you're doing retail arbitrage and you're not opening it because you want to, you know, sell a sealed package, just be, you know, conscientious of the fact that it could be. And that's the first time that's ever happened to me, that I retail arbitrage an item and then had to refund it because it was defective. Has that ever happened to you guys?
I don't think so. We don't do a lot of retail arbitrage, though.
We do. I
mean, kind of.
I don't do a ton of it. It has to be a really good deal, and it has to be something with a good sell-through rate.
Yeah.
Sarah, everyone loves your kitty cat.
Oh. Little tiger.
He's our oldest boy.
Yes.
Yeah, no, Tracy, I had the batteries out of this. That's the most baffling thing to me, is that this was not corroded, and I know it was mine because I'll tell you the mark that was on the tag, the for real tag, had a 2 on it because I had bought it at Goodwill for $2, and it was just a black. It kind of looked like a zigzag. I just left it on there. I didn't worry about it, but yeah, like, it was mine, and I did not store it with the batteries in there, and it was corroded when it got to them.
That's weird. I don't wonder how that happened.
Yeah,
maybe one of them burst. Maybe one of them burst right before you sold it, and then the acid that was in there was still clear when you sold it, and then it just corroded. That's the only thing I can think of.
Scott says sold a new pair of shoes, sealed box. Guy sends me a picture of the 2 right-footed shoes I sold him.
That's no good. Rosie just reminded me we do a lot of retail arbitrage. Never mind, we buy Squishmallows.
That's true. Okay, so I found the very first Squishmallows ever at my Walmart, you guys, and I took a picture for you. There's 2. I looked them up, and I didn't feel like they were selling for enough that I got excited. And then we also have the Squishmallow slippers at our Walmart right now.
Okay.
They have slippers?
Yeah, they have avocado toast.
Yep, and they have headphones.
Oh, I haven't seen the headphones, but the slippers
were the ones you looked up, were they unicorns by chance?
The Squishmallows or the slippers?
The Squishmallows, because the Squishmallow regular unicorns just are not a big seller. I took a
picture. Hang on, I'm gonna pull up because there was only 2. One of them had like a bandana thing on him. Okay, these were the 2. One of them is a unicorn with a rainbow head, and the other with the purple hair. It was going for a decent price, but I don't even know how much these were. They didn't even have a price.
They're probably like, those are Squish Doos, and Squish Doos aren't as...
They were huge.
Yeah. Well, look at this. It was at our Walmart the other day. Look at that. No one wants that one.
No one wants any of these here.
Yeah, no one wants this. The shelves were like smashed.
How much are they at Walmart?
$13.88.
They are
The-
super soft though. I have the one that you guys sent me. Hang on, let me grab it real quick
The
because
little
it's right over
kitty.
here, and it's like the softest thing imaginable. And
kitty
it's a
corn.
little unicorn with a rainbow.
That one
It's
screamed
so
Rachel for
sweet.
some reason.
So cute.
My son loves rainbows. He thinks that they're just so beautiful. He loves all the colors, and he kind of likes unicorns, to be honest with you. And when this came in, I was like, "You can't have this. This is mine."
Sorry.
I've never
Not
felt
for
anything
you.
this soft though. It's not like velour like you would think. I don't know what they are,
Yeah.
but this has to be what it has to be, like a tactile thing that collectors like. You think that's
It's
it?
that, and you can squish that thing down into a little ball, and it'd come right back.
So soft. Yeah,
Mhm.
I love it.
We
I will
know
never
because
sell
we
that one.
we shove them in boxes all the time, and that's the other problem with those ones that you saw at Walmart. In order to sell them and be competitive at all, you're gonna have to sell them free shipping. And if somebody in California buys one, you're not making that much money.
Yeah. Well, for her, it's closer, but still.
That's true.
Yeah.
Not that much closer, but they are. They're
They
good sellers.
have the same one in purple trying to sell it, but haven't gotten any interest. If it doesn't sell, I won't be disappointed. Do you guys use things that are for sale in your store while they're listed?
Mm-mm.
Do we use them?
Do we use them? No.
Do you use anything? Like I have artwork hanging in my house that's listed, and when it sells, I go take it off the wall.
Oh yeah, we do. Like I had things like sitting behind me, like little statues and stuff that I have as a decoration. And then when it sells, like the other day, we sold a little figure, and Adam's like, "I thought we were keeping this, but I didn't know it was listed on eBay."
Yeah, it was a little police officer.
Yeah,
I've rated my my inventory for like a cool outfit. Or a belt or something, because I sell a lot of vintage belts. No, you never wore anything.
You took that philosophy soap when we went on vacation. Adam's like, I took philosophy soap.
Oh yeah,
I didn't have any soap.
But we aren't going to sell it afterwards.
No, you can't sell that now.
Well, I don't know if Dave can sell bath water. I can sell my used soap.
I hope that he does. I'm gonna send him a message and be like, "Will you please auction off just to see if it really sells?" That's kind of gross though. What if it does? What if there's some like super fan out there that actually wants his bathwater? You never know.
There might be. Oh well, one of the whatnot guys that I watch, he has really long curly hair. The one that I get the t-shirts off of, and he sits on the floor and he sells these t-shirts, and he has this long curly hair, and somebody's like, "Can you auction this off? Can you auction that off?" Like things that weren't shirts, because he had some action figures and stuff, and he's like, "Yeah," and someone's like, "Can you cut off a piece of your hair and auction that off?"
And you don't know if they're being serious or not. So it's like, did you just ask me to try on the leather gloves?
Super creepy.
Like,
yeah, right.
Like, can I have auction off a lock of your curly hair?
Oh, that's
and Jimmy and I were both in the same room, and Jimmy's like, "These people are freaks."
Yeah.
Why has no one ever asked me for stuff like this? I never get these questions. No, everyone's like, "Great sales, good job, see you later."
This is what Trevor's selling this week on his eBay. Used soap with a stray hair on it.
Awesome. But don't laugh though. Some vintage soap is worth big money. Like there are some vintage in-box soaps that are worth serious money.
Right? Probably.
I don't think it has
I have a game that I want to play.
Ooh.
Okay, so we're gonna break this up because I want both of you guys to have an opportunity to do this. Okay.
Okay.
We'll go with ladies first. Sarah's gonna play first. Okay.
Okay.
So the game and the winner is truly coming out of the chat. If you've been here before, then you know what we're about to do. Sarah, I want you to think about the best thing that you guys sourced this week. Okay, sourced specifically. Like, oh man, maybe you didn't even do a whole lot of sourcing this week. Think of something that's good. This isn't going on your tombstone or anything. So just think of a really great thing that you sourced this week. Don't say it out loud.
I know. I'm trying to think, but we really didn't do much sourcing this week. So I'm trying to think.
Or something recently that you've sourced that was just like, I can't believe we found that. Just something really cool that you've sourced recently. Okay.
I'm trying my best.
Do you have a good idea in your mind?
No. I really don't.
Would you rather do the sold one? We can have Adam do the sourced one.
I got the source one.
Okay. All right. Then Sarah, you do think of one of the best things recently that you sold. Something that was, it doesn't have to be a high dollar item. Just like I sold 2 mechanical pencils today and I was thrilled about it. Okay. So here's what I want you to do. Put your piece of paper on top of your head.
Okay. Oh, am I supposed to write it on the paper?
No.
Oh. Put it on top of my head?
Yes,
Mine's
ma'am.
actually a credit card bill because I couldn't find a piece of paper.
You're going to have to show this to the chat.
And I was drawing a globe on the back of it.
Okay. Okay, good. Your credit card numbers aren't on there. Good. Okay.
No,
Good. I'm glad that you like to draw, Sarah, because what you
it's
need
not
to do
going to
is
stay in my head.
you're going to have to draw the item while it's on top of your head, okay?
Oh, it's not going to work.
Just hold it near the top of your head. Okay. Now draw a picture of this item that you sold this week that you're so excited about, okay?
Draw it
on the paper.
But
right.
Like gosh. I don't know if I can do that.
Yeah, I believe in you. You can
That's
do
the
it,
point.
So, chat, I am writing the word start, but you cannot say anything until you see this word appear, start. That's what the word that's going to appear in the chat. And as soon as you see that, I accidentally clicked it. So she is going to show you the item now. Are you ready to show them, Sarah?
I guess.
Okay, show them. Don't look at the globe. She drew that while we were chatting. Okay, get a little bit closer. A little bit closer. Show them what this item is. Let's see. Cabbage Patch Kid?
No.
As soon as you see what it is, then you are going to declare a winner, okay? Your globe does look really cool, though. I like it's kind of Zentangle-ish. A Santa hat, peeps.
Are you watching the chat, sir?
What am I supposed to do? Oh,
when you see it in the chat.
No one's ever gonna...
Santa hat, figurine.
The closest.
Don't give them any clues. No, we like to make the chat work hard for this.
They're never gonna get it.
They'll get it eventually. They're smart people. Let's see. Purse, beanie, Christmas ornament, Santa hat, angel.
Nope.
Okay. Who did you say was getting close? Was kind of warm with their guess.
The Santa Claus figurine is kind of close.
It's getting close. Okay, she just gave you guys a hint. A ring, a tree topper, a foghorn, an angel.
No.
Inflatable snowman.
Inflatable snowman is kind of close.
Ooh, so it's a cross between a Santa figurine and an inflatable snowman. Elf?
No.
Tree skirt reindeer. Guys, she drew a picture. You're literally looking at the photo. How can you not guess what this is?
A Santa hat to me. I'd be all over Santa hat.
It's not a Santa hat.
Did we already ship this?
Maybe singing and holding a microphone there.
Blow mold is correct. Whoever
blow mold. Hey, why did it take so long for you guys to say blow mold? This is a reseller show.
Yes, blow mold is correct. It was a blow mold caroler. So whoever said blow mold.
Oh, a caroler. Yes. They were singing. I saw that, right?
Yeah, you did. And it's the biggest box we've taken out of this house in months, and I completely forgot about it until right now.
Wow. So Where Pigs Fly was the first one to say blow mold, I'm pretty sure. Where Pigs Fly, do me a favor. Over on my Instagram, send me a DM. I'm reseller Rachel Strickland on Instagram, not just Rachel Strickland. Reseller Rachel Strickland, and send me a DM with your PayPal, and I'm going to buy you a drink. I'll send you $5 with your PayPal, and then Adam is about to play now, okay?
This is going to be horrendous. I have the worst handwriting on the planet.
Scott, you did not win that game. Oh, wait. He did say blow mold. Oh, he said it later, though, right? Where Pigs Fly was the first one to say it, right?
It looked like
Am
it to
I
me.
Wrong? Wait, oh my gosh, no! Scott was! Scott was the first one to say it. What's wrong with me, guys? I can't even read. Oh, dang. Where Pigs Fly, you're going to have to try to win on Adams.
Nobody's going to guess this because I can't draw.
He said, no, it was me. I've been cheated. Scott said it first. Oh, you guys are good. Okay. So, Scott Cha-Ching King is the winner of Sarah's artistic endeavors.
I think I'm switching up my... No, I shouldn't do that.
Where Pigs Fly, you're going to have to win Adam so that I don't feel bad about declaring the winner falsely, like this is the Miss America pageant or something.
Where Pigs Fly, send me your Instagram. I'll text it to you because... There's no way anybody's ever going to get this, no matter what it is.
So Adam, put this on top of your head, and you're going to be drawing the best item that you guys have sourced recently. That just like something that's really cool that you've sourced recently.
Oh. This is not going to go well at all.
Scott said, "Give it to her. I'm a mod. I'm above all of this." That's so great. That's hilarious.
Okay.
You're done already.
It doesn't matter what I do. It's going to look awful.
No.
Okay, hang on. Don't show him yet. Okay, now show it now. Start. You guys can start.
Oh, my
guessing.
pen didn't even work.
Yeah, I was wondering why you were using that crappy pen.
Speed draw again. Here, I'm going to write stop.
Hold on.
Do you want a Sharpie?
Quick guessing that it was a
Sharpie.
white piece of paper. Steve
I have a
Armwood
Sharpie.
moment. Yeah.
I'm gonna have black marker all over my head after
Don't
this.
slip and start scribbling on your head.
All right, ready?
It's a snowstorm.
That's right. You got it.
Oh, you guys are great.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Well, maximum effort, Adam.
Okay, everything after start is an official guess. Oh, Adam, you are an artist, friend.
It's abstract. It's abstract.
What do you guys think? This was one of the best things that they sourced this recent week. They were still
Even if I was looking at it, it wouldn't come out much better.
A duck figurine, a sleigh, a slug, peep plush,
a slug.
Stocking.
Oh, Kim's got it.
What was it?
Shoe?
It's a shoe.
Wait. Trevor said shoe first.
Up, Trevor.
Oh wait, I missed it too.
I'm not gonna do it wrong this time. I'm gonna get it right.
Oh yeah, shoe.
Was that the first shoe that I have here? A lot of people ended up guessing shoe. I thought it looked like a Dutch wooden shoe myself.
Well, they weren't Dutch, but they were Nikes, but they're just the worst. I'm telling you. What was that game we were playing the one time where I had to draw things and you were
Pictionary?
Me and you playing Pictionary?
Well, we played it at your cousin's house.
Oh, that's right. And I was drawing things and Sarah's like, "You're the worst at this." Like, I'm terrible.
Trevor's the best at this. He's won this game before. Trevor, I think I still have your PayPal. I'm gonna send you a drink,
Way to go,
but
Trevor.
DM it to me just in case. But it was a shoe. That's awesome.
Win,
lose, or draw. Was that the game that you guys were playing?
I don't remember. All I remember is
No,
Sarah.
it was on Snapchat. Remember?
That's right. Yeah.
You would you would draw something and then take a picture of yourself and then Snapchat it. It was like when we first started dating and we weren't living together, so we would do those. That's what we would do. We were just that lame. We would Snapchat each other
not lame.
and play drawing games. So So
my husband and I, we met when we lived 5 hours apart, and so we did a lot of long distance dating. And so we would play you remember Draw Something?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's kind of like this was.
Yeah, we would play that all the time. Like that's how we would date each other, was on these little fun gaming apps that Scrabble and Pool and all this different stuff. So no, you're not lame. I mean, unless we're all lame.
No.
How did you guys meet?
On OkCupid.
Oddly enough.
Dating app.
Mm-hmm.
Really? Drew and I met online. We met on Facebook.
Nice.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was that app in particular was just a terrible
I'm surprised we even met on that one.
The fact that we even met on it was amazing, because
that's hilarious.
I remember when she messaged me for the first time. I remember seeing the notification on my phone, because it doesn't come up with the message. It says you got a new message, and I'm like, I know what this is going to be. And so I looked and I was like, oh, hey, she looks normal. And then
wow,
I read her profile.
What was most appealing about her profile was the fact that she looked normal to you.
Well, I mean, that's what started the whole transaction. Like that's what the transaction, like as if I'm buying her. But no, I mean, I
so
hate
her
to
lack of 3 eyes, or what was the most
no,
thing
just I'm trying to be diplomatic about this and be proper about this, and it's very hard to say what's actually going on in my mind right now, because I know what I want to say. And if the three of us were sitting at a bar, I would accurately describe what's going on, but I can't. So she was, yes, she was good looking and normal, and that is unusual for this site. So I was like, okay.
Oh, okay.
We started talking and stuff like that. And then I read her profile, and at that point I was like, yeah, I think I'm going to like this girl, because her profile literally said, if you can't figure out how to rotate your pictures so that they are the correct way up, don't even bother messaging me. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, she's funny, because I think the same thing when I was on those sites. It's like you're looking at people's pictures, and then all of a sudden somebody's pictures like this. And you're like, it's the most basic. It's so easy to rotate. You're like,
did you use this perfectly to cross-post this from another dating app?
Right. But I mean, in the same respect, like, you're trying to put yourself out there and put your best foot forward. Why wouldn't you at least make sure your face is upright?
Right.
Yeah. Make sure you're not horizontal, but you know, dating apps, who knows? That's interesting. So Sarah, what was it that caused you to think Adam was normal enough to date on OkCupid?
It's gonna you might as well just tell the first date story, because
not that I thought that he looked like normal, but I'm really into bulkier guys with beards. So Adam was very, very attractive to me. And
gotcha.
I wanted to make sure, like, I've had been on dates with guys before that did not look anything at all like their pictures. And it was just bad. So when we
were like, he better be bulky with a beard, or it's
right.
over.
Yeah. So we met at this like bar, like near to close to where we both lived, and he was sitting outside, and he's like, "Oh, I'm outside," and I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna be there soon." Meanwhile, I was driving around the parking lot to look to make sure that he actually did look like he looked, because if he didn't, I was just gonna bail out.
Nice. Scott said he would date Adam with that voice. So on the dating
he has a good voice.
Scott, reach out to me on Instagram later. We'll talk.
That's hilarious, because I told my husband that I would listen to him read the directions for a microwave, because I like his voice so much.
Yeah. Awesome.
And I must like bearded guys too, Sarah.
Where's Drew? Get him on live and have him read the directions to the microwave to us.
Yeah, he's upstairs, those daggum kids that we had and have to raise.
That's right.
That's great. I'm glad that you guys met online and are a normal functioning couple like ourselves.
We are.
Yeah, you can find love online. It's a good thing. We weren't even on a dating app. We were just like, Drew messaged me and said, "What did you think about the Bible series last night?" Because he had seen me post in like a public page about A&E's Bible series, and that was literally the first conversation that we ever had.
Oh, wow.
And now we're married with children.
Nice.
That's amazing. Because like was this on the earlier days of Facebook when like there wasn't the weirdness?
2013, I guess. Okay. I think that's right.
Okay. So yeah, that's early enough. I was just thinking to myself, I'm like, if somebody messaged me on Facebook that I didn't know, I don't know that I'd ever respond to them. That's the interesting. Oh,
Scott, yes, they're getting married in April.
Yes, we are. 5th.
25th. Is that right?
Nope.
April 5th.
Just the 5th.
Just 5. Just 5.
April 5th, they're getting married in Vegas. And Scott wants to know if you guys need a how-to book on marriage, because he happens to have written one.
Oh.
Did you know that Scott is a published author, and he wrote a book called How to Stay Married Forever?
I think I saw. Did you post about that?
I posted about it. Jesse Shops had recently posted about it.
Okay,
too.
I think I did see that. Yeah.
Really funny.
But sure. Yeah. I mean, we could always use some tips. Why not?
Trevor said the good old Bible pickup line, 100% sucks me in every time. Like, if people are like, "Hey, do you want to talk about Jesus?" It's like when you tell kids not to take candy from strangers. Someone needs to be like, "Rachel, don't talk Jesus with every stranger." Sometimes they're just wanting to lure you into their van. Okay.
It's true.
He lured me into this marriage. Drew said, "I'm listening."
Is he reading the microwave manual to your kids right now?
Christy Smith will be at your guys' wedding.
Great.
Cool.
That would be very odd if a bunch of YouTube people start showing up at our wedding. We'll be like, "Hi."
Hey guys, just want to make sure you look like what you really look like. We drove around the block first.
That's right. She did.
Scott's book, How to Stay Married Forever, he wrote to his wife as a 25th wedding anniversary gift, and he dedicated it to Melody, my first wife. Like, they're still married.
Oh, and he put. So wait, he said his first wife, and
humor.
That's great.
Yeah,
that's awesome though. Yeah, I mean it's cool. I mean, to be published, period, is an achievement in itself.
I don't know if this would be good because, like, talk about meeting crazy people.
I think that would be awesome, actually, because I know so many people that are just by themselves that need somebody with them. Like, they're like, I just can't do this all myself. I can't list all myself. Like, you guys are so lucky that you guys are a team. Like, well,
then they need a coworker, not a spouse.
True.
But why are we talking about this on a live where everybody can hear us? Because this is $1 million idea that just got thrown out there.
Right? Yeah. Well, this is better than when I give you guys ideas for shirts.
That's right.
They have farmersonly.com. Why don't they have resellersonly.com?
Listen, I know that YouTube is big and vast and we all want to watch each other's content like every single day, but you just can't. But I didn't know if you guys saw the other day on my vlog, I was printing a FedEx label and I ran out of printer paper. And so I used a piece of notebook paper. And when I was putting it in the printer, I was like, I'm doing my best, Sarah.
we are packages. They frighten me.
You should see my wrapping, my Christmas wrapping.
Really? Is it atrocious?
It's bad.
It is. It's awful.
Yeah, it's bad. When Sarah and I first met, she thought it was adorable. Now she doesn't think it's cute anymore.
It's okay.
I'm trying my best.
I'm trying my best. I totally think you guys should do that as a shirt. I'm trying my best, Sarah. I don't remember exactly what it was that you guys were talking about. Well, he said that and it just stuck with me. And I was like, oh my gosh, that should be a shirt.
Yeah.
Because he meant it. He was trying to tell a story and Sarah was like giving him a really hard time.
But see, the funny thing is that, like, I don't know. And maybe it's just me, but like there are so many people that are on YouTube that aren't the same way they are on camera outside of, outside of YouTube. And like everything you see, like between, especially like something like that, like I'm trying my best, Sarah, like I say that to her frequently. Like when I'm doing something, I'm like, I'm trying my best.
Today.
So that is a phrase that you guys use a lot. It wasn't just one time. Oh, that's perfect.
Tell her about the clear tape today. I was going to punch him.
What happened?
We're almost out of clear tape. And
you are almost out. That looks like my supplies.
And I said to her, I was like, do we have any more clear tape? And she's like, no, I don't think we do. And I was like, oh, well, can you bring some up whenever you find it? And she's like, we don't have any more. And I was like, so did you find the clear tape or what?
I was like, it does not exist.
Every time she walked by, I was like, did you grab that clear tape yet? Or what? Are we out of
do we have clear tape? Her nuts. Yeah. You're clearly saying it just to drive her nuts.
So then I'm sitting in here and I'm like, wait a minute. Can you come here for a second? Real quick. And she's like, what? And she comes storming in this door and she's like, what? I'm like, did you find the clear tape? She's just like, I'm going to punch you right in your face. If
nice. This is early on in the I mean, we're not quite married yet, guys. Don't punch each other. Everyone wants to hear you Christmas rap now. So will you like drop a beat about Jingle Bells or something?
No.
Little beatbox.
Do you want everybody to leave? I don't think it's a good idea.
I think they'd love it.
I don't.
Sarah, can you rap?
No, I cannot.
I don't even listen to rap music.
What's your favorite type of music? What do you listen to?
I'm kind of a classic rock guy. Classic harder rock. So like AC/DC,
now that we know
Guns
that
N'
you're
Roses,
older,
stuff like
that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Sarah's all over the place.
Yes, I like everything. I like 80s alternative. I like country. I like 70s, 60s, doo-wop, rap, like everything. Song. I like everything except for like modern music. I don't listen to.
Sarah is also a like savant when it comes to name that song.
Really?
Yeah.
I know who to call if I ever get into a name that tune battle.
Oh yeah. She's she's good.
Or
with
you
the
could just use Shazam. You could just use Shazam.
Yeah, or Google. You can press your Google button there and it will recognize a song. So hey, Roman, I see that you just stopped in to say hi. Cha-Ching King says he pretty much only listens to Christmas rap.
I saw him as a guest on your show, and I'm having a tough time believing that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that
he doesn't seem like the rap music type.
Yeah. So was there anything super ugly? Did you bring any ugly stories that we just have to bring up that we're gonna, if we dismiss without bringing it up, you're gonna be like, I can't believe we didn't talk about this ugly thing that happened?
Not really.
It's been pretty healthy for you.
The only thing that was kind of ugly for us this week wasn't really eBay. Well, I mean, it's reseller website related, but not eBay related. So it happened on Poshmark.
Okay.
And it was not really, it wasn't super ugly. It was just kind of weird. We had a lady, we shipped a sweater out, and it actually started tracking, or it didn't start tracking, and she marked it as completed. Oh. And she marked it as completed, gave us a 5-star rating, and then put in the description, like, I'm so sorry I did this by accident. It hasn't actually arrived, blah, 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 blah. And we were like, okay, that's weird. And then she decided to take it upon herself to change the rating from 1 star to 5, and then redo the
5 to 1, you mean?
Or from 5 to 1,
yeah.
And then redo the description complaining about our shipping time.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, it hadn't even left our house yet.
No, it did.
Well, I thought we just printed the label and it was sitting in the bag.
Well, maybe, but we whatever.
Wow. So she was already complaining about your And meanwhile, you have like 5 days to mail on Poshmark, right? Something ridiculous.
Yeah, and we always mail like that same day or whatever. Like we never not. Yeah.
It wasn't great, but
well, then she finally did get it, and she's like, I just wanted to let you know I changed it back to 5 stars. Thanks.
I mean,
yeah. Some people feel like the internet makes them powerful. You know, they want to check every box and survey and fill all the things out, and that's really interesting. But the good news is, over on Poshmark, no one sees the rating but you.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's what they told me when I told customer service. I didn't know that.
It's almost useless.
Like, yeah.
Unless you actually want to use it to grow. But then the feedback from buyers is often so erroneous, you could never grow from it, because it'll be things like your shipping speed is slow. You mailed it in a whole day and not half a day, or, you know.
Yeah. Well, and here's a question for you. So how do you feel about eBay's feedback system? Like, do you feel it holds any sort of water? I mean, maybe a little bit. Do you think it, because like we've been getting a lot of messages, because we do our feedback like once a month, and I just do it in bulk, because it's not like I can give them a neutral or a negative or anything. I can only do positive. So there's no sense in me going in every day and giving someone positive reviews. So I just do it in bulk at the end of the month. And we've been getting a lot of messages from people that are like, hey, I noticed you haven't given me feedback yet. And I'm like, is this still a thing? Like, I kind of thought that eBay was just going to start phasing this out, because it didn't seem like it was really, unless you've got like a really terrible buyer that's selling a bunch of fake stuff and they're really dishonest and stuff like that, then it makes a lot of sense. But other than that, I feel like there's no other reason to really have it anymore.
I feel like as a seller, feedback is incredibly important, because you can receive negative. But as a buyer, I'm with you. I mean, maybe it makes me, a rotten eBay seller, but I typically don't go in there and leave a whole lot of feedback for my buyers. That being said, I know if you're just starting an eBay store, one of the best ways to start to get feedback is to buy things. So some people are looking for the feedback, and if anyone ever asks me, I'll go in and leave it for them. And I heard recently, you know, how some people would like leave positive feedback because that's all you can leave, which is so ridiculous. But then maybe in there, like in all caps, don't sell to this person, did this, this, and this, and like leave a negative review under a positive feedback. And I heard that eBay will like really get on you for that.
Oh, yeah.
Like they could like mark your account, like you could be suspended for stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen that too, and I've actually seen a few people do that for the eBay layaway program, and they've actually put in there that this buyer will wait to 3.5 days to pay you, and eBay will pull that down. And I'm like, out of all the reasons to get mad at a seller, that's the worst one, because we are all suffering because of this tiny little thing that you could change in a week if you put your mind to it. And I've made it my mission. Non-paying
buyers leave.
Right, and I've made it my mission. I am talking every time somebody does this, and I'm not giving away names or anything like that, but I'm saying something on every one of my What's Sold videos. I'm like, this came off the eBay layaway program. And one day somebody's going to figure this out. If enough of us start complaining, that they'll get this fixed, because it's what bothers me the most is when you have somebody that has like 3,000 plus feedback. So they know the system and they wait till that 3-day, 23.5-hour marker to pay you. And it's just like, no. So I guess that's
eBay will
better
remind
ugly.
them.
Yeah.
eBay will say you have 4 days to pay this person. Just be sure you pay within 4 days. I'm like, thanks for the encouragement to wait 4 days.
Right.
You know, and eBay says that. Like Josh Harry Tornado sold their sweatshirt that they have been auctioning for St. Jude charity. 100% of the proceeds going to charity. I'm just going to say some jerk bought it for $399 and then didn't pay for it. And I mean, you have to wonder that did they just try to bid it up? Was it a personal vendetta against him? Why did they do that? But the point of that being, when he posted it in his story about them not paying for it, he's like, I just can't believe that we still can't figure this out, eBay. And he tagged eBay, and eBay actually responded to him on Instagram. Oh. And I was like, eBay's on Instagram?
Yeah. Out of all the people that have the power, I mean, he's definitely one of them. And
yeah, I'm glad he said something.
I know, like Pete at Craigslist Hunter has said things about it. There's been tons of them that have said things about it. And then eBay's teasing us with that, saying that we've figured it out. It's in beta. We're going to get it. And it's like, you can't rush this out fast enough. Like for us to find because it would change our whole business if people just paid when we accepted the offer. And, you know,
especially the fact that you get charged that 30-cent processing fee whenever something's not paid for or has to cancel. Or I had to highlight this because I know undoubtedly my husband is laughing out loud at his own joke. When he
I was trying very hard not to chuckle when I read it.
It makes me laugh because I know that he's up there laughing right now. My grandmother sat on my Power Ranger and broke its head off, so I'm going to give you a 1 star about my item. What I hate most is, okay, so you list an item. Say I listed this little Squishmallow because I was crazy and didn't want to keep it. Under this, especially if I scan the UPC, then it's going to give buyer reviews. Now, that buyer review is supposed to be about this item because more just like this can be purchased. It's like I mean, you understand. But then when the buyers go in and review the seller and they're like, shipped in poor condition, arrived, slow, and then that's under your item.
Yeah.
They don't understand the difference in a feedback and a review.
Yeah. There's been some of the worst things are people that are really nitpicky. Like the whole 5-star review system on Macari and Facebook drives me nuts because like there are people in this world that will not give 5-star anything. Doesn't matter what it is. 5 stars has to be like them getting gold bars. And so like there are people that will only give 3 and 4 stars and they'll be like, yeah, great. It's awesome. This has been a great purchase. 3 stars.
Yeah. So people are like, nope, I'm going to find something wrong. Annie heard me say Harry Tornado. And I'm sorry. What is wrong with my husband? This is what I have to live with, you guys.
Every time I'm in your live and I see Drew, I'm like, someday I'm going to have to hang out with this guy because he's so probably funny. A riot.
I hope when I get to go to a reseller meetup that he gets to come with me because he loves everybody so much. I saw Kim say that Roman told her at the bins today to come into the live. That's so cool. You guys are so cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and Kim says, I stopped selling electronics and it really helped with returns. Haven't had them in months, knock on wood. I have heard that electronics is huge for returns.
Sarah made me do that. We were selling a lot of VCRs.
I didn't make you. You keep buying crap.
But we were selling VCR. We were selling VCRs and a lot of things. We were getting a lot of them back. And Sarah was like, we need to stop selling this stuff because people
return it. Now it's like all it's all shoved under the bed. There's like 3 VCRs under there. And I'm like, what are we doing with these? And he's like, I don't know. And like, well, can I get rid of them? He's like, no. Like, why are you hoarding VCRs?
But while we're cleaning, there's another t-shirt idea. Why are you hoarding VCRs?
I
feel like that should be on an IKEA bag or something. Why are you hoarding VCRs?
See, opposite.
Yes,
somebody asked
I'm writing this down.
Adam
That'd be
actually,
good.
Baldy Pal Picking asked us last night. He's like, "See, opposites do attract," and he could not be more. He had no idea how right he was when he said that.
Yeah.
Like there are a lot
Drew
of
and I are the
things.
same way, guys.
We have a lot of similarities, but there are things that we are completely opposite on, and one of them is neatness. Like she is incredibly organized. I am that person that has piles of things and knows exactly where everything is, but it's not at not at all organized. So
Drew told me last night that I'm the messy one, and I was like, I'm going to ask. I'm going to take a poll. He's like, people are going to agree with you because like you told him you're the clean one. I probably am the messy one. I have more things though. Do you have more things, Adam? Is that your problem? Like she's more minimal.
no.
I
So
am
it's easy for you to pick up your stuff.
Yes, I am.
You said the wrong word there, because
That's
if you
not
wouldn't have said
true.
the word minimal, she would have said, "No, you do. That closet is full of your clothes.
No,
that
it isn't.
closet
It's
is
full of
your
clothes that are on eBay, Adam. Go in there. You never go in that closet.
That's true.
I
But-
just have to tell you guys, I can't even read the chat while you guys are talking.
So, Sarah, every time we go away, Sarah's like, "I'm a minimalist packer."
I am. How much stuff do I
I
bring?
And then
pack
when-
for 47 days if it's a 3-day trip.
Not
Yeah.
I'm going
No.
to change clothes 7 times a day for sure.
Sarah's a minimalist packer. She's like, "I'm only going to take 2 bags," and she does. And then when I go to unpack,
No,
there's all kinds of her stuff in there.
that's not true.
Oh.
That never happened.
It's totally true. I'm trying my best,
Nice.
Sarah.
You're not.
I'm trying my best. If that doesn't become a shirt, then
I'll
it
work it.
really needs to be.
Why are you hoarding VCRs?
Yeah, that'd be a good one too, or a poster. Like that's really where my focus with merch is lately, is posters or bags or something. Because I don't personally wear a whole lot of t-shirts unless it's like a super cool design. Like I love your tie-dye design. I ordered one from Josh and Haley because I just love to support your friends. And Cha-Ching King shirts that are like the ringer tees, like that's really cool.
Yeah, those are cool.
But
I
so I want to put out merch that people can use though, like decorate your office with a poster or something.
Yeah.
Or someone suggested stickers, maybe like a
Stickers
bag.
are good. Yeah, I mean, we get
the
these from
bag
Sticker.
would be good. I like the bag idea.
Yeah, Sticker. We get these from Sticker Mule, and they're good quality and they're relatively inexpensive. I mean, they're not super cheap, but I mean, the stickers are really good quality. Like these are pretty good stickers. So
Yeah, I haven't decided where to put mine up yet. But I have the one that says it's fire.
you only have that one. You don't have the Good Day, Sir.
No, you didn't send me that one.
That was me. I'm sorry. I was real.
Good
I'm
Day
really
Sir is
bad
really
with
cool 'cause
that.
I'm a huge Wonka fan too, so
Yeah,
I'm
That
really
I
was-
bad
love
at,
that.
like,
That's
putting the
probably
stickers
one of
in.
my favorite outros on the internet.
yeah. If I could do it on the live, I would do it on the live, but it's almost impossible because you know how when you click the "you're done with the show" thing, there's a like 2.5 second delay right before it actually turns the show off, and it would be like 10-12 seconds before that. Like I'd say "Good Day, Sir," and then me and Sarah would be for like.
What
5
if you
seconds.
made like the little video clip of it and then just leave like 5 seconds of black after it? Like at the end of the clip. And then
That's a
in
good idea.
StreamYard, you could play that clip, and then after it finishes, it'll go to black before it during that lag part anyway.
I could do that. I had the sound effect on my computer, and that's whenever my computer crashed. Remember that there was a live where my computer just completely shut down. So
Dang.
I'll get it. That's a good idea. I'm probably going to do that now because then you don't have that awkward couple seconds right when you go off at the end.
What do they do with stickers? Yeah, there is. I know I'm always like sitting there smiling. You guys know I'm like a pageant girl, so I'm used to just having to sit there and hold your smile really awkwardly. And I feel like that's at the end of the live. You're like,
Yeah.
you guys will look forward to tonight now. Drew is just cracking up at everything. I don't even know. They're off on a
Something's
tangent
going on.
about some pants.
It's probably Drew farting his pants apart again.
I know. And then they said something about vegan brownies, and Drew can't stop laughing about.
I don't
Scott
know.
is right. We need mods for mods.
I don't know what has happened, but maybe it's because me and you comment on each other's stuff so frequently, but all of a sudden, like, Instagram thinks I'm vegan for some reason.
Really?
Because, like,
Okay.
I'll scroll through my Instagram stuff and it's like this lady cooking vegan brownies. And I'm like, why is this coming? And then all of a sudden, like
Google
3 or
has
4.
heard me say vegan brownies enough on if you're watching the live or something.
I have no idea, but Instagram swears I'm
Oh,
vegan.
well, that's funny because when I was on here with Haley last week, Haley Tornado was on, and I was mentioning how Chanel was like a bucket list item for me. And literally that night after I get off the chat with her, a Chanel bag ad pops up.
No.
And I'm like, well, they heard me say that. I mean, did
Yeah.
they hear like my bank account too? I'm clearly not buying Chanel from Chanel.
I know like that there's like those commercials are so intelligent and they like target people based on, search history and things like that. But like some of them are just way off when it comes to me. Like our television plays perfume commercials nonstop.
Perfume commercials are the weirdest.
Yeah.
We were just talking
Where did they
about
get
that.
the writers for those?
Yeah, they're just like so odd.
Sarah was watching the one that with the lady in the thing that where it opens up and she's spinning around with a flower in her mouth and then it spins back around and she's got a mask on her face and then the perfume bottle closes back up on her and then that's it. And we're like, what was that?
I don't understand. I mean, I guess what are you gonna do? Like the alternative is a perfume ad that they're like, this smells like flowers with light notes of vanilla. Like, are they gonna like explain the fragrance to you? How do you advertise perfume?
Yeah. There's that.
Do you have Alexa? I've heard she listens for stuff like that to target advertising. We have a Google Chrome because we don't Amazon anything. We don't shop Amazon. We don't use Alexa. We don't have Amazon movies or whatever. I don't sell on Amazon. I'm an anti-Amazon person. I don't enjoy it. Yeah.
You don't enjoy it?
Sarah sends me, okay, let me tell you the real truth. I'm going to have to break this just for you guys because there's two places I will not shop. 2 places. One of them is Amazon. And so I asked Sarah for y'all's wedding registry and she sends me this Amazon link. And I'm like, of course it's an Amazon link because I'm one of 4 people on the planet that don't use Amazon. And I was like, oh, okay. Are you registered anywhere else by chance? And here comes the second store ever. There's only 2 that I don't shop at. And she's like, we're registered at Target too. And I was like,
the funny part about it is we don't even shop at Target.
Yeah, I don't shop.
I can't tell you the last time I was in a Target. It was probably 3 years ago.
I can tell you the last time. It was 5 years ago that I was in a Target. Well, 5.5 now. That was the last time I was in a Target. I was pregnant with my son, actually.
I never find anything I like at Target. Like every time I go,
I'm either going to get on your Amazon and just suck it up, Buttercup, and order something for the sake of it, or find something on there and then go somewhere else and find the same thing.
Yeah, go
and
for it.
Ship it to you.
Sure, that works.
Just need to know what exactly it is that you want. That's all.
We are so bad at the everyone's like, you need to put a registry together. You need to, and we're like, okay, and both of we created these registries, and both of us literally are sitting on the couch looking at each other like, what should we put on this thing?
Why don't you do a honeymoon registry instead? My sister just got married and they've lived together for a while like you guys. And what they did was they had a website where you could basically contribute things to their honeymoon. Like I contributed towards a candlelight dinner for them.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That's
and so it had
it
had monetary. It was here's their honeymoon was in Hawaii. So it's here's dinner by the water, $100, but you could contribute whatever you wanted to it. Here's a couples massage, $60. And it was gifts like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's actually a really good idea because
much better. We don't really even want half the stuff that's on our registry.
Just nix the registry. Good. I haven't bought anything yet. Nix the idea of a registry and put together a honeymoon fund and let people,
that's a really good idea.
In lieu of because what else am I going to do? Send you a super chat and then YouTube gets 30% of it?
You can send us, you know what? Adam is really in the market for a new VCR. So if you see one.
I heard he hoards VCRs.
Should get that.
Nice. You probably don't want this chat buying stuff for your honeymoon.
If you do that, Rachel, I'm sending you an Amazon gift card.
So my dad says sell it on eBay. Last night, you guys, I was at our office Christmas party for real estate, right? And they're playing Dirty Santa. And I see someone open up a new inbox Keurig, the K Express. And so it's an individual one. And I grab my phone and start running comps on it because I am late in the game. And so I'm going to get to steal from anybody because they're opening up casserole dishes, some purse I'm not interested in, but I have my eyes on this Keurig because it comps out at $60.
Nice.
It's in the box. It's already packed.
Yeah.
So it comes my turn, and almost I think I was like the last person or next to last person. And I walk up to the Keurig. They all knew that I had been comping it out. And I picked it up. I was like, I just want to see how heavy. Oh, this would be easy to ship. And I totally stole the Keurig.
Nice.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wait, now Dirty Santa, that's the same as the White Elephant game. We call it White Elephant, right? That's Dirty Santa.
It's your Yankees.
Yeah. Sorry.
Where you could like steal the gift.
Yeah.
Yeah. It sounded like it. I've heard it called Dirty Santa though before, but I have the best gift ever for that, by the way.
You do?
Oh, really?
I do it every
what is
time.
it?
Oh, yeah.
It's a picture of
The
me
contents
flicking.
of your bag or something?
No, it's the picture of me flicking off the camera, framed. But what they don't know, what they don't know is behind the picture is $50. So
nice.
Nobody wants it. Absolutely nobody wants it. And they all are like trying to get it away, and like, no, absolutely nobody wants it. And then, people end up getting stuck with it at the end of the day, and they're like, great, thanks a lot. And you're like, let me show you something. And it was $50 behind it. So
nice.
That's the one.
Man, but if you get to a party with someone that's been there with you before, they're going to be like, oh.
Yeah, you got to do it.
Picture of Adam.
That's right. You got to do it.
And they won't want anyone to know why, so they'll just have to act like you're a super fan.
Yeah. Yeah, a friend of mine's family used to play it every year, and one of their cousins did that, and I was like, that's the best gift ever. And I've done it every year that I've been invited to one of those games. So it's
I did do one that was like the because I had seen a coworker do this before, and it was so cool. It's like the contents of your bag, and so it's a gift bag, and there's like maybe you've put like a used chapstick in there, and like she had actually went around to the mall and got like a gift card for $1.43 and $6.88 and like stuff that would be in the bottom of someone's bag, a crumpled up dollar bill, some change, but there actually ends up being some value in there, but it's just kind of funny because you're like, oh, well, I was running late and I just dumped my bag into here.
That's a good one.
I have a Kohl's gift card in my purse right now that I have had for at least 4 years. There's not a Kohl's around here. I guess I need to get online and use it.
I think their website's pretty good too, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Clearly, I don't know, or I would.
I bought things off there before, yeah.
Yeah.
Ken wants to know why I don't shop on Amazon and Target. Purely political reasons that we won't get into because they're probably super divisive. Yeah, so I'm just that petty, I guess.
Kohl gift card.
Kohl, yeah. Love you guys. Mean it. I gotta hit the hay, getting up super early to travel to Tennessee for an early in-law Christmas. We're out in Tennessee before you go, Adam. We want to know what town you'll be in. You can come here and spend it, please. Oh, the Kohl's gift card. Maybe I need to just mail it to my mom because they might have a Kohl's. We don't have one.
Kohl's is one of the few clothing stores that has clothing that fits me correctly because I'm tall and wide. So it's very difficult to find clothing. Even when I was at my regular weight, it's still difficult because they'll have shirt, like they'll have a shirt and it's always too short. So
how tall are you, Adam?
6'4".
6'4". We have so many tall resellers. It's crazy. How tall are you, Sarah?
I'm like 5'6".
Oh, okay. Now, Sarah, along with thinking that you were younger than me, I thought you were shorter than that. No, I've probably seen you guys like stand next to each other and just assume that you were like 5'2".
Right. No, she's. I mean, I guess that's probably what average, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I'm 5'7". People act like that's tall, and I'm like, I don't think that's tall.
No.
Kohl's gave me a scholarship for my undergrad degree. I've never shopped at one. Wow.
Interesting. That's awesome, but interesting.
My mom cleared the air that she doesn't want the card. She wants me to come visit her.
Oh, how cute.
At first I forgot that was your mom, and I was like, that's weird.
I don't want the card. I want you. This Lisa lady really likes her.
Are your parents far from you, or are they
1,000 miles?
Oh, okay.
Gosh.
18 hours. Yeah.
Oh, that's a drive. Yeah.
It
Well,
is a
then, yeah.
really long drive, especially with children. So
You'll pass a few Kohl's on the way then.
yeah, I could have it spent by the time I get there and just turn around and I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that's right. Like, Mom, I can't make it. We already found something really awesome on clearance over here.
Yeah. We spent it already. Danielle's here. Danielle, you're super late. I was just about to ask these folks if there's anything, but we appreciate you being here, Danielle. I'm just giving you a hard time. Is there anything coming up on your channel that we need to be sure? I'm going to pull up your YouTube real quick while you're telling people stuff that they can look forward to on your channel.
We just Sunday we have Pittsburgh Picker Live with me and Sarah on Sunday. Is what's coming up on the channel. We're kind of light this week, so we're gonna go like our Monday video will probably just be some thrift store videos. So we do typically Sunday, and then we do like kind of a sourcing video on Monday or Tuesday, and then Wednesday is what's sold, and then Thursday is another live. So just coming up is us live on Sunday with just me and Sarah and our crazy fans that are awesome, and they keep our chat very well. Our chat on our live is just always so much fun because it's just everybody in there just is awesome, and you're frequently in there too, Rachel. So
Yeah, I make it as often as I can to your lives because the number one thing I enjoy about the live, if you guys are looking for the same thing that I am in a live, is that it's always positive. Even if kind of like this, even if they're talking about something negative, it's like, what can you learn from that, and making jokes about it. And I've never heard you guys say an ill word about anyone in your live. And so like, it's just a super positive place to be. So like, if that's what you're looking for, I just dropped the link to their channel, and you guys should definitely head over there and subscribe. Scott says hit the like button while we're all still
for
here
sure.
too.
But Monday and Tuesday we're doing Whatnot auctions. So Monday at 8:00 and then Tuesday at 7:30 we're going to be live on Whatnot.
Yes.
So
how do we find you on Whatnot? It's the same name, correct?
Pittsburgh Picker, all one word. Yeah, and you can follow on Whatnot. You can actually see our scheduled auctions on there. There's follow buttons which look like kind of like, I don't even know what they're like, almost like a bookmark look thing.
Yeah.
Adam, you told a lot of people about Whatnot tonight, but I know you have a code where they can earn $15, right?
Yeah, that's right. I do. So
what's the code?
I can put it in the chat.
It's like, I don't know. Let me figure out what it is.
It doesn't. It gives me a different link every time, I think. So I actually have to copy it and then paste it.
So if you're going to download Whatnot and you haven't already, then you could DM Pittsburgh Picker on Instagram if you want.
I'm going to send it to you, Rachel, on the private chat, and then.
Okay. Yeah. Do that.
And then you can just throw it down in there because I don't have the YouTube one up on here.
Yeah, and then you can bookmark the auctions, and they'll give you a notification when they're coming on. And we also have like a video preview of the items that we're going to be auctioning off on both of them.
When you're on your dashboard, there's these little, I don't even know what those are in the top corner. Like there's a time in that white bubble, and then in the top corner there's these little, like, I don't know what you could even call them, bookmarks or something.
They look like the little Pac-Man, like Inky, Blinky, and Pinky and Clyde. That's what they look like.
That would be the button you'd press to kind of hold it in your watch list, and then whenever it does come up, it'll give you a notification. So it's kind of like turning the bell on for that particular.
Okay. And you're always going to be like watching that person. Okay.
Yeah. So.
So you guys, the link that I just posted, then when you sign up, they earn money by using.
You get $10.
Right?
Yeah. You get $10, and then we'll get $10. So you get a free $10 to use on any of the auctions, and then you'll get, and then we'll get a referral fee, obviously.
See, I wish I had seen that. I got so excited when I heard you talking about it one night, and I didn't realize there was a referral code, and I like downloaded it immediately, and then you said something about your referral, and I was like, dang. So hopefully at least I can have other people use your referral code now, because I think most of the people here weren't familiar with Whatnot.
No.
Yeah.
Someone just followed me. Boldly Grow Pickers just followed me. So thank you so much. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's been great. We really are enjoying it, and it's kind of another avenue for us, and we're having a great time at it. So we're going to keep it going and hope it continues to grow. So
I am going to pull up Little Miss Q real quick, you guys. Little Miss Q. Let me pull her up, because she said that she is going to go live. Whoops. Sorry, it's probably gonna play for a second. I have to click on her to actually.
We're gonna tune in live right now.
I'm gonna
Well, I'll
click on
say
it.
hi.
You guys can hear her. I'm gonna copy. See, she's over there telling people how to work on growing. Okay, listen.
Tell her we said hi.
Yeah, tell her, y'all, when we leave here, pop in. So I'm gonna post it in the chat here in a second, and pop in and tell her that you came over from my channel, please. It'd mean a lot, and I'm sure she'd love to see you. But I am so glad that you guys came on. This probably won't be the last time that I ask you to come over here and chit chat with me on a Friday, because I said I was on a strict 2 hours, and we went 2 hours and 23
Sorry
minutes
about that.
because it was so fun talking.
I was watching it tick over to 2 hours, and I'm like, I think I should shut up now. So I was just sitting here, and then we kept talking.
I
and I'm like,
appreciate you, and I could just drown on all night, but I won't. We'll stop. I'm posting Little Miss Q here. You guys have to just run over there and stop in. You may find the conversation is so wonderful that you want to stay all night, but definitely go over there and tell her that we sent you, and we're so happy that y'all were here.
Thank you so much, Rachel.
Yeah, thanks.
Will you guys say my closing phrase with me?
Yes, but you're gonna have to remind me what it is.
I love to put people on the spot.
Oh my God, I don't know what
8
your
out of
closing
10
phrase is.
guests have no idea what I'm talking about when
I know.
tell them to tell
And
the chat.
I try to remember the the last live, and I'm like, she's gonna do this to us, and I'm not gonna remember, and I don't remember. So,
To tell the chat to treat your business like your business. Just tell them, Adam, treat your business like your business.
Treat your business like your business, like Rachel said. Like Rachel says.
Bye, guys.
Bye.